Check your Bible. Genesis 33:1.
And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the 2 handmaids.
When you have 400 men living with you, you are not a poor man. When your family can accommodate 400 people, you are not a poor man. And don't forget, these 400 were men minus wives and children, following a man that is not blessed. Is your mind getting renewed? The blessed child Jacob had only 12 children. With the blessing, 12 children, 2 wives. That's why prayer and fasting, as good as it is for your spiritual development, has not changed the Nigerian economy. We don't need more prayer and fasting in Nigeria. We need brains that can create and develop an enabling environment with technology, with manufacturing plants. Once we produce manufacturing plants, you won't fast for jobs again. You'll be fast.
Welcome to the second day of March 2026, when the world is in uncharted territory. We don't know what the next day holds. We will talk a bit of international politics and all that, the issues happening in the Middle East. We tend to give you all of the updates and bring you a bit of analysis from our own lenses as we've been following. From 4:30 to 6 o'clock, we'll have with us Benedict Koluba. He has been writing a whole lot about the Pave Port deal. He feels there are some very, very terrible things in it. We'll talk about that and so many other governance, financial issues of the country. You know, when Benedict takes to the radio, it always makes for very good listening. So that's from 4:30 up there. We will talk about the things that really do matter. We have some reporting to do on some allegations you've heard about LPRC and all that. You know, we will have a say. So welcome to it. We also have an update on the Senator DeLong and Augustus Jones stuff. Yep. Tomorrow we'll bring you the full thing, but just a gist. I'll just give you a gist because I forgot the document, but just a gist. No chance, no hope. Yeah, so you have a whole lot of goodies coming up. Nowhere else but right here on the OK Conversation. On OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. Thanks so kindly for being there, for staying put. Continue to pray for your country. Continue to pray for your world. These are perilous times, critical times, difficult to deal with. But as we always say, God is in control. He is in control.
Longer days, I come to do the things that are right. And if you don't like my doings, we're gonna fight.
Don't throw stones if you're living in a glass house. How was your weekend? Was it good? Did you go out of town? Did you go somewhere? Are you still in your same place? Sometimes it is good to do that. Go to somewhere in your own country. Yeah. Travel within. Start learning to travel within. It is a good thing. Yeah, it's not bad to spend some money. Take that loved one of yours, your wife, your husband, your children, your family members, for other sinners, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Yeah, you can yell with sinners things. Go somewhere, Okay, this is where we go next. Tell us where you're following from, where you're watching from. Yes, indeed. At the weekend, we saw the likes of Arsenal winning. I am supporting Arsenal to win the Premier League this season. I think it would be a terrible thing if City were to win again. And Arsenal are closest. Chelsea are very far away. So I was happy that Arsenal won Chelsea yesterday, because if Chelsea had drawn or won, it would have been spoiling of points. Yeah. So let them keep fighting. I think both of them, Arsenal and Manchester City, are supposed to meet. We also saw Barcelona winning with a hat-trick from the young man Lamine Yamal. We also saw City winning. We saw Liverpool winning. What's making news? At least 55 Ghanaians have been killed fighting in the war in Ukraine, with 2 others currently held as prisoners of war, Ghana's Foreign Affairs Minister says. On a trip to Kiev, Samuel Okuzeto Ablakwa said that about 272 Ghanaians are believed to have been lured into the conflict since 2022, citing Ukrainian authorities. Ablakwa described the figures as depressing and frightening, saying Ghana cannot turn a blind eye to these heartbreaking statistics. We'll discuss something as well related to Ghana and Liberia. Yes, indeed. Let's see some of you who are following. Let's see some of you who are following. Okay. Tell us where you're following from, where you're watching from. Share the video and invite others to join in. Why does it look like we were live and we're not live again? Okay, we are. Okay, good. Yeah, so share the video, invite others to join in. Go there, tell us where you're watching from, where you they follow from. Yep. Let's see some of you. What a sound. What is that? Oh, you say you're happy for your own team defeat. Oh, yeah. But when I don't want City to win the league. I'm supporting Arsenal as much as we are arch rivals, but you know, they have suffered so long. Let them win something. Daniel Tente from Tinker Village. Adolphus Kawal. Dr. Brupla used to say, a brilliant, brilliant young man. Yeah, he used to be one of the interlocutors of the changing minds, changing attitudes of Dr. Brupla. Adolphus Kawal. Prince Tokpa, Capital Bypass. Abraham K. Swen. You know, SWN, Swen, English way. Swen. In Gribble, it's not a good thing. But I think it's I don't think it's a Gribble. I think it's a cool or something version here. Swen. So when we say Swen in Gribble, that's poverty. It's not a good thing. But anyway, he's following from Chicken Soup Factory Golf Community. Joseph Kanga from the capital. Frank Bono from where? Randall Street. From Randall Street, yep. Aaron Talu from Painesville City. But he says Painesville City needs an intellectual center. But start it. Start the intellectual center. Elijah Carter from Pago Island, Oldest Congo Town. Frederick B. Solo Jr. from the capital. Gusino Cize, 18th Street. Eugene Twanwale Williams, page 2. Seclio Quagro District. No, that's not where you're falling from. You're right in Monrovia here. I'm gonna call your office name so that you leave it. There's no way that office has a substation on that side. That very opulent office. Alfonso Dolo from Dakar, Senegal. Ma Esterson SB from where? Oro Gay Town. Duporo is Skyder Hider. Terry F. Conner from Ashmont Street. Yeah. It is a tongue twister. Ashmont Street. Oliver Jeffin from Louisiana, Monserrado County. Jeffin. I used to have one teacher a while back called Jeffin, Mr. Jeffin. I forgot the first name. It was way back, like in Ivory Coast. Yeah, Jeffin. Yeah. Used to be Brett Papi. Yeah. Momo Sharif from Johnsonville City. Yeah, Manchester United won as well after a record and all that stuff. They won 2-1, yeah. That's Big Brother Josephus, Eric Kennedy. They won. It just slipped. You know, they've been busy for a long time. They're trying these few days since Carey came back. They haven't lost in the Premier League. One draw and a whole lot of wins. Yeah. Victor Zoka from Clay District, Bomi County. Campley City, Nimba County is Morris Nipo. Augustine Johnson from Breville City, Outline Compound. Roland Jodo, 20th Street. Emmanuel Dixon from Rwanda, Kigali. Bernard Fambe, Solomon Morris. Sumo Harris, District 9. Emmanuel Dimalei Nafekpe from Minnesota, the USA. 20th Street is Eddie Yowate. Amos Beto from Beto Island in Lower Johnsonville. Royal P. Rogers, Douala. Monrovia is Benny Jr. Stephen Fala Jr. from Gardnersville. Amos Matadi from Painesville. Emmanuel Gowe from Flantown Community, Japan Freeway. Papi from Sweden. Victor Dobber from Minnesota. Frederick Sirleaf from the traffic. Hope you're not the one driving. Tobias Datu from Magibi. Zawlo Gilayene. Banners Real Estate. Momo Yala. Fred Tokpa Chicken Soup Factory Golf. Emmanuel Say from Duporo. For God knows where is Joseph Mumbo, Mongai Goosing, Odes Congo Town. Francis Fire, Momo James Cover, Henry B. Kiatamba from MPHIL. You're not paying the money. Jacob Moakwe, Nyans Wule Badio, Macaulay W. Nangbe, AMEZU Campus. From Virginia, the United States is Massa Colley, Mark Godwin George from Oro. Yeah, I got plenty I need today. Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah, let's take a very quick break. We have fact check coming as well, and we have some very interesting things to talk about. We gauge your perspectives as well. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. The advice to you today is sometimes take a time, go out to your county, to your village, to anywhere you're able to go within your own country. I know traveling out is more, difficult, tougher. We don't have that kind of money, Something like government trip or something will make us to travel to certain places. Yeah, but we can do it within. Sacrifice the 50, 100s, make some rounds in your country. Know some places. Make it your best that, for example, in the next 2-3 years, I will see all of the counties in Liberia, as some of us have done. It's not a big country. You can do that one after the time, right? Okay, so let's take a very quick break now with some of our sponsors. When we come back, the issues that matter after the fact check will be on the cards.
Tax payment is a national duty.
When we all contribute, we become entitled to development.
We are the authors of our destiny.
Tax payment is a commitment we make towards the future of the unborn generation.
When we pay taxes, we hold our leaders accountable.
Be a part of change. Be a part of transformation.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express Point or Petrol Trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow. You mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank and innovation that real 5 and 6 so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Indeed, this is where memories was repeating. I was telling you about going some places, right? Yeah, RLJ is one of those places you can go enjoy the ambience. I don't know about you, but I find the ocean, I find the beach, and the nature that surrounds it or that runs parallel to it to just be something so breathtaking, you know. When you go on the beach and you're looking at the sea, the water, you feel like the sky is falling behind there, and you feel like the ocean is rising. I always have this feeling that somewhere distant, those two things may be meeting. I don't know. I always feel that way. That this sky and this ocean, yeah, they are meeting somewhere. No one has seen the end of the ocean. No one has seen the end of the sky. Who knows? Because the way both of them, they're always meeting. But then you see the rolling waves of the ocean. It continues from from second to second to minute to hour to day to week to month to year to decade to century to millennium to millions and millions of years. It continues to go forth and come back. It doesn't rest. Sometimes you want to, if you want to appreciate life and all that God has done, those are some of the little things you see. Go there and unwind. Yeah? Make yourself feel fine, small. You can't finish all the troubles of your life. Children's school fees there, the food for the house, maybe building house, the rent, maybe someone sick, need to travel, all kinds of things. Your own problems you created, you know. We always project, yeah. We always project things onto other people. When things happen to us, we don't find ourselves inside. No, I'm not that kind of person. I always try to find my hand in something that goes wrong with me. Sometimes our indecisions, and all of those things contribute, actions and inactions. If you have plenty of children, for example, and their school fees will give you a hard time, you can say, "Oh, the trouble the devil put me." You put your hand there. You about to play. Okay, that's okay. I'm just saying, don't allow the troubles of the world to weigh you down. Sometimes you just have to leave it all behind and unwind and just take life as it is. What hasn't happened before? Let's take our fact check with our partners, Local Voices, Liberia.
Good day and happy new month, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of the Fact Check segment, where we debunk disinformation and provide the verified facts of statements made online and on the radio. I am Siawe Meapu, and today we'll be fact-checking claims made in the last couple of days. On February 26, Nimba County District 7 Representative Musa Belete claimed in an interview on Pram FM that the legislature passed a law prohibiting any government institution from purchasing a vehicle valued at more than US 40,000. He made the statement while alleging that several government institutions are in the habit of violating this law, an issue he said should be investigated by anti-corruption institutions. To verify the claim, we review the 2024 National Budget Law. The law indicates that government institutions are not allowed to purchase vehicles exceeding US 45,000 except for the President, Vice President, Speaker, President pro tempore, Deputy Speaker, and Chief Justice. The US 45,000 benchmark has also been referenced in multiple media reports, including publications by the Liberian Investigator and Front Page Africa. Based on our review of the 2024 budget law, we conclude that the citizen movement for change political leader Musa Belete's claim that the legislature set the vehicle purchase limit at US 40,000 is incorrect. While a vehicle spending cap does exist, the legally approved amount is US 45,000, not US 40,000, as claimed. A panelist on Spoon FM, Darius Doe, he claimed on February 26 that the 2026 national budget allocated $3.6 million for the renovation and modernization of the Capitol building. Doe made the claim while discussing the prolonged Capitol building arson trial, noting that significant public funds have been invested in matters related to the building. To verify the claim, we reviewed the 2026 national budget published by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. The approved budget includes a long item titled Renovation and Modernization of the Capitol building under the National Legislature with an allocation of $3.6 million. Based on our review of the official budget document, those claim that the 2026 budget allocated $3.6 million for the renovation and modernization of the Capitol building is correct. This is all we have time for on the Fact Check segment. This segment is part of an MOU between Local Voices Liberia, OKFM, Pram FM, and KL Radio to counter disinformation and help the public make informed decisions. This MOU is funded by the Liberia Media Empowerment Project implemented by Internews with funding from the European Union. The funder or partner had no say in the editorial decision leading to the production of this Fact Check segment. We will be back with more fact check reports to help you know all the real facts. But if you want us to fact check a particular claim for you, please send us a text to WhatsApp on 0777-556296 and we will check it for you. Also, follow us on Facebook at localvoicesliberia.com, Twitter at LVL and go to our website at www.localvoicesliberia.com. I am Siawe Miapu. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
Okay, so welcome back. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Share the video, invite others to join in. So President Joseph Numa Boakai Sr. has made some nominations, appointments, and when they nominate, they gotta go for Senate confirmation, then they appoint a commission. Some you just go directly yourself, so that will be appointment, right? So that's always a nomination appointment. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but I've got used to it now. So at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, making Cornelia Kura Minister of Youth and Sports definitely created a vacancy for a Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. So the president went to the Ministry of Finance, removed the deputy minister there. He's a deputy for, was he for administration? I believe, yeah. Bill McGill Jones, and said, Bill, you may have been doing well at finance there, but come near me, my son. So Bill is transferred there. Madam Jennifer Davis Ross, Assistant Minister for Administration at the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Then we go to the Ministry of Local Government. It is no longer internal affairs. It is local government, and consistent with the act, according to the president. He has made these nominations, a whole lot of them, the same people. Since it is a new ministry, they have to re-nominate them to go through the processes. Because it is a change of name. Imagine just change of name. Now the one we deal with transport, remove the responsibilities and all that stuff with no planning whatsoever. But in this case, you see, that's what we're saying. There should always be transition plans and all of that. So, Mr. Francis Sakila Newmalin, whom I had here not long ago, senior minister, he stays. Edward K. Morba, and behind him to come as well. So we understand all these things. Perhaps Thursday, Edward K. Morba, Deputy Minister for Government and Decentralization. Mr. Samuel F. Brown, Deputy Minister for Administration. Madam Selena Paulson Mappe, Deputy Minister for Research, Policy and Planning. The Ministry got plenty of deputies. Is there any ministry of this number of deputies? Please let me know. Finance has how many deputies? Is it 3 or 4? Yeah, we just won't. Yeah. Anyway, it is a big ministry anyway. Now in terms of infrastructure, because they are building small. But they go to the deepest parts of the country. They are everywhere. So Samuel F. Brown, Deputy Minister of Administration, Madam Selena Paulson Mappe, Deputy Minister for Research Policy and Planning, Mr. Joseph N.D. Banner, Deputy Minister for Peace Building, Madam Fatima Bintu Sirleaf, Deputy Minister for Urban Affairs. So it has 5 deputies. 5 deputies. Deputy Minister for Local Government and Decentralization, Deputy Minister for Administration, Deputy Minister for Research Policy and Planning, Deputy Minister for Peace Building, Deputy Minister for Urban Affairs. Then we come to Mr. J. Alfonso D. Perkins, Assistant Minister for Local Government and Decentralization, Mr. D. Emmanuel Wenyu, Assistant Minister for Research Policy and Planning, Mr. Eddie Cornelius Dela, Assistant Minister for Urban Affairs, Mr. F. Dade Harper, Assistant Minister for Administration, Mr. Lucini F. Billete, Assistant Minister for Legal Affairs and Traditional Marriages, Mr. Mike Kalilu B. Jabate, Assistant Minister for Peace Building, Mr. William Jala, Assistant Minister for Culture and Tradition. So it has 5 deputy ministers and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 7 assistant ministers. Okay. National Housing Authority. Mr. Matthias F. Kopu, Deputy Managing Director for Administration. Madam Winnie Mamini Siako Dela, Deputy Managing Director for Technical Services. This is one institution as well that I feel can immediately make impact and touch the lives of the people. The government puts money there to build some housing estates. For example, some of these places that people should not be. You say they play a government land here, or this is an alley or whatever. There could be a way, Say, okay, National Housing Authority, we put some 2-3 million here, government get plenty of land. Oh, we'll build that. These people move there. Once the money there, it won't take long. Okay, good. We will speak with Franklin Dolokwi. We'll speak with Franklin shortly. But we'll continue. Executive Mansion. So, Liberia Institute of Public Administration, Madam Nuki M. Richards, Deputy Director General for Training and Manpower Development, Bureau of State Enterprises, Mr. Julius P. Brown, Senior, Deputy Director General for Operations. So, those are the nominations. NAFA, NAFA, the Aquaculture Authority, Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, they're doing something that I encourage you to be a part of. They call it what? The National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, the Fish Market Day. Let me send it to our boy so he can just put it up so you can see. Just put it up so people can see. Yeah. I want you to go there. I don't know whether you are like me, but I love fish. F-I-S-H, fish. I love fish. I really do. I love fish more than meat. So under the team, from cash to consumer, Invincible Pack, Syncol, Monrovia, they say enjoy 10% discount on all purchases when you pay with Orange Money, blah blah blah. That's March 14, the day before the holiday. Oh God, it was well timed. March 15, it's a holiday, so you go buy all of your fish. You pay small money for plenty of fish. So go there and make your holiday very juicy. You can get on the grill. You can do anything else. Let's see. Let's speak with Franklin before we come back in studio. We have a whole lot of things to talk about. But there is this very bizarre human interest story where a 26-year-old man allegedly in Nimba County raped 2 chickens. Yo. I don't know what's happening. All kinds of things are coming out of Nimba. I don't know. But let's speak with Franklin. Let's speak with Franklin Dolokwi on that story. Is it true? We've been seeing it on social media, but as always, we like to confirm We like to confirm. So let's speak with our man Franklin Dolokwi, all the way there in Nimba County. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. My name is Julius J. We have with us Franklin Dolokwi. I suppose he may be in Ganta or Gompa. Franklin, am I right?
Yeah, I'm currently in Saclep.
Okay, you're in Saclep here. It is easier to travel between there. The road is good now. Tell us, why are you in Saclep here?
Well, there's a report that been circulating on the social media, even some general, they have to report that a man have an affair with a chicken and you were arrested and you were brought to the police station.
The big, okay, the big English word for that kind of act, I believe, is bestiality. To have affair with animals is called bestiality. It's a bestial behavior. That's it. Sexual relations between a human being and an animal. Yes. What have you been able to gather?
When I spoke with the police in Secretary, they denied the allegation. I mean, the report that all the report been circulating on Facebook, even some generally reporting it is false and misleading. According to the police commander in Secretary, she explained to OKFM that a man complaint was brought to the police station on ground that he stole somebody's chicken and he ate a chicken, so they were predicated on that. He brought a complaint to the police station. Even on the social media, he's reporting that the man have something to do with the animal. Just another first time, a few days ago, generally were also reporting that I may have another affair with a goat, but police also deny the allegation on ground that this man got to see the goat when he was arrested in the process and the goat died in the process. Well, generally they're reporting in Nimba that they're having an affair with animals. So the police in Secretary they say no, the information is for investigating.
So who the police told you that? Is it the police commander in Saclep here? Or?
Yeah, Secretary Police Commander. Her name is Jalen Fala. So yeah, she confirmed me that yes, the issue the board a suspect here was not to say he has something to do with animals. No, when the brother said he stole the chicken and he ate the chicken, so it was based on that the community member brother.
Have you been able to go into the community where he was living? Because some of these reports said it was the eyewitnesses, the community people that told the media or the other media people that he had an affair with the animals. And I saw a picture of 2 chickens, but you are saying that he ate the chicken allegedly.
Yeah, so I went in the clip. The community where I went and I spoke with the community here, he said, the boy is complaining that he stole the chicken. So it was based on that he stole the chicken, and when he ate the chicken and saw him eating the chicken. So when he prepared the chicken and he ate the chicken, so they saw him there, it was based on that they get a complaint. But the issue has been changed that all the men have something to do with animals.
Okay, so that report, according to the police, is untrue.
Yeah, it's untrue. Both the chicken and the goat. So police in Secretary because they want to trouble the goat. They happy in green. So police said no. They want to happy in Secretary. Police said no. It's for them.
Okay, Franklin, thanks so kindly for providing that clarification.
You're welcome. Thank you very much, Julius.
Okay, so Franklin Dolokwi reporting that no, it is not true. The man didn't do anything to the chicken. Okay, so it is not true, yeah? Okay. Okay, where else do we go? We also know that we've been seeing reports of that the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has officially cleared former National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority Director General Emma Metier Glasgow of corruption allegations concluding that months of investigation found no criminal intent or liability in her handling of World Bank funded projects. So I also place a call to sources at LACC to authenticate. It should say, what they do is when they do their investigation and they find nothing on the individual, they give the person a clearance. So it is up to them to publish it. But it is true that they had given her clearance. And she had already resigned from the job. Was it months ago or so? So yeah, she has gone her way. Her name is clear. The government itself has gone its way. So that's it for me. That's what it is when people are accused that the actual processes follow, and when they are clear and they move on. We do not think it is okay for people to besmear or besmash people simply because they serve in an office and all of that. So she has moved on. I believe she may be into other things and all that. That's okay. Her name is clear. That's it. I will wish, of course, though, that LSCC should also, the same way LSCC can publish when they carry the person to court and when the court finds the person guilty, LSCC can publish and say, the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has been able to do that. As a result of our work, this person has been found guilty. The same way when they investigate and they don't find anything or so on, they should also publish, so we can be sure, so we can be clear, because we may not know if the person is faking something or not. That's why for me it is important for them to publish on their official handles, whether it's a website, Facebook page, or whatever else they use. We initiated investigations into this person. Our investigations have concluded that this person did nothing wrong, so they are cleared, rather than the person that's carrying their certificate around to prove, this is not clear me. Why if someone else see that such certificate, how it is looking, and whatever, and they also go for shit when LSCC was investigating them, but this one has been authenticated. On a sad note, former Montserrado County District 7 Representative Solomon George has passed off. Our condolences to his family, his friends, his district, and everybody else who knew him. We all know quite a fiery talker. So we say our condolences. Okay. So Senator Dillon sent me his version of the claims court bill, the one he submitted. Mr. Jones also brought his in hard copy, and I've been able to go through both. My preliminary investigation is just bad, Oh God, it's just bad that I put because the memo is not a soft copy. He brought it to me to my place, and I had it on the table. I forget too much. I had it on the table. I entered inside. I said, I didn't think I carried it with me. To reach all the way into there, I remember that I left a document back because I wanted to read both, key portions of both. But one of the things that I have done in studies is to know if something is paraphrased, if something is copied from something. I can just read someone writing on Facebook everywhere, and I know whether it is I'm really able to detect whether, if I look at two texts, I'm able to detect whether this one came from this one, even if you paraphrase, because those are things that we did a whole lot that we had to be careful with, and all those kinds of things. You don't want to plagiarize and blah blah blah. So I have that idea. That's why I can look on Facebook. I can know if you really wrote that thing or you took it from somewhere else. I know. We know who I can really write. So the point I'm making is, I critically examine that document, and they don't appear to be the same. Yeah, of course, Senator Dillon acknowledged that this man has been running with this, But he still insists that he did not see his document. Of course, the man said he submitted it to Senator Dillon's office and the chief of staff number is there, all of that. But Senator Dillon said, no, I have not read it. And I do not doubt it because a whole lot of the officials spoke and sent letters to them and they don't read it. Yeah, a whole lot of them. So that's the one of the Abasa. So, yeah. So, I cannot judge or doubt that he read or he did not read it. But the two texts that I read, they're very, very, very dissimilar. But tomorrow, like I said, I have both. We will read them. And that is that. So that will settle for that matter. So let's read something from Ghana, appertaining a Liberian. So again, our guy will put it up. So at the weekend, social media went abuzz with a report of a Liberian national being allegedly killed by a Ghanaian mob. Yeah, that report was all over the place on social media and anger and everything else. The details were hazy, and for some of us who are always careful, we're watching. But this is what the Ghana Police Force has released, a press release. Police investigate death of Liberian national at Lashibi. 3 suspects arrested. 1. The Accra Regional Police Command is investigating the circumstances leading to the death of a 26-year-old Austin Tengie following an incident at an apartment complex at Lashibi near Sakumono on Friday, 27 February 2026. 2. Preliminary investigations indicate that the deceased had visited his brother at the said apartment in the company of his girlfriend, but was attacked and assaulted by some residents and members of the public when the caretaker of the apartment raised an alarm that the deceased was a thief. 3. A police patrol team responding to the distress call arrived promptly at the scene, rescued the deceased, and conveyed him to the Sakumono Community Hospital for emergency medical attention. He was, however, pronounced dead on arrival by the medical officer on duty. 4. The body has since been deposited at the Lashibi Funeral Home for preservation and autopsy. 5. 3 suspects, namely Vincent Adzika, 38, Francis Amuzu, 44, and William Addison, 34, have been arrested and are currently in police custody, assisting with investigations. A 4th suspect, Enoch Mensah, is currently at large, and efforts are underway to arrest him. The suspects will be put before the court today, Monday, 2nd March 2026. 6. The Accra Regional Police Command cautions the public against taking the law into their own hands. Acts of mob justice or unlawful assault are criminal offenses and undermine due process. 7. The command urges members of the public to report suspected criminal conduct to the police and allow lawful procedures to take their course. So, that is a statement coming up. I know we've seen that Liberian authorities through the embassy near Accra have also been involved, with pressuring Ghanaian authorities and all of that. I know there were people who were supposed to invite the Ghanaian ambassador and all of that. Well, those are things that are possible. We are sisterly countries in the sub-region, but there are complaints. There are usually complaints from Liberians and other people that, these generic things about how other nationals act to Liberians and others. A whole lot of people will prefer Nigerians over Ghanaians and all of that. And these kinds of things. These kinds of things are always these kinds of things strain relations. It can lead to all kinds of things. We say thanks to Liberians for exercising patience and maturity and allowing the authorities to do what they are supposed to do. If it were other people, it would be a different thing. That they will carry out retaliatory attacks, and that's how issues come up among people, among nations, and all of that. So we want to say thanks to Liberians for the level of maturity, the level of patience exercised. The world is into some real mess in the Middle East. The United States and Israel early Saturday morning introduced an attack, not necessarily a surprise attack, because there were build-ups. They were building up to this. They were the American naval fleet of Marines and soldiers and different kinds of gun-carrying people were amassing in the Middle East. There is this thought that Iran is actively pursuing nuclear capabilities to be able to develop nuclear weapons. We know last year the B-2 bombers had a stealthy, when something is done stealthily, it's done secretly, without people knowing. So it is a kind of bomber that will pass over here and radars will not be able to detect it and all of that. That's how it moves. It's a stealthy. So in a stealthy way, it released some ordnance. Ordnance as bombs upon some nuclear facilities in Iran last year. But that did not deter Iran, according to them. Their allegation, that is the U.S. and Israel, is that Iran wants to develop nuclear weapons. Now, nuclear weapons are very bad weapons that can kill plenty of people in a matter of seconds, minutes. And their ability to continue burning and spreading, and the devastating effects of uranium as well. It's a very bad element. People come in contact with it, they die. So you put all of that in a bomb and you blast a place like Monrovia, it just continues to burn and kill people. You can be far away, you inhale the uranium, you die. So it's a very bad kind of weapon. And some countries have it, including the US, Russia, North Korea. Some countries have been able to make and have nuclear weapons. Let me say this as I continue my analysis. When the Bible talks about fire and other things to destroy the earth, I'm always thinking that someday these nuclear weapons that people have, they will destroy this whole earth one day. Because why do you make something that you don't want to use? What is the essence? America, plenty of nuclear weapons. Russia and other countries. One day they will want to test themselves. They will want to test these things. Or some kind of president, some kind of leader in one of these countries, hot-headed, they decide they want to attack other people. Start releasing nuclear bombs. Oh yeah, it's possible. Because when people have these weapons, they get guns, they have plenty, they have all kinds of weapons. Some kind of way they will find trouble to test it and so on. But anyways, let's come back to what we're saying. So early Saturday morning, without warning, a bit of surprise. For over a month, my reading and understanding, because I've really been following this, the CIA and other intelligence agencies, including Mossad of Israel and others, were monitoring the movements of the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Now, this is because this has been a very powerful leader of Iran for decades. Very powerful. 86 years old now. As old as he was, he still commanded the respect of the entire country like day one. leading with iron fist. And after the 12-day war with Israel, you remember the Israelis had said last year, when that 12-day war occurred, that they had everything to take away, to kill the supreme leader of Iran then. And Trump said, no, don't do it. They killed other leaders around him. They said they had him within their radar to kill him. And Trump said, no, they should not have killed him. So since then, he had become more careful with security. He was living in bunkers. Even when some of his officials were going to him to have face-to-face conversations, they would tie their faces. They would not know where they were going, so that they don't know his location and everything else. And he became more careful with phone. He wasn't using phone and all of that, so as not to be tracked and everything else. So he was moving more carefully. But he was still being tracked, his movements and everything else. And on this day, he, together with some leaders of his command, were on Saturday morning, were having this meeting in his main apartment complex and in a bunker. And then the U.S. and Israel felt, okay, it is the right time to strike, and they did. But Iran is also a very, very militarily strong country. They've been amassing military hardware for decades. They are quite extremely anti-Israel. In fact, they've made it quite known that they would like to wipe Israel off the map, that it doesn't exist. They say death to America and all of that. And they've really meant it. Whether recently they were pursuing nuclear capabilities and all of that is not clear, but that is what the Americans and the Israelis will say. Others think, no, they may not have been close. Others think, yes. Others say, but even if they had, would they want to fire it at Israel? Others say, yeah, because of the kind of rhetoric, the bellicose rhetoric that has been coming out of Iran and all of that. Others say, no, Israel itself is a terror country against others like Palestine and all of that. They are exporting terror. Israel said we have the right to exist. We are just right here. We are surrounded by neighbors who really don't love us. So we have to defend ourselves. So these kinds of conversations are ongoing. But what's happening in the Middle East is way deeper. It has a whole lot of things happening. Iran has ballistic missiles and all kinds of drones and everything else, stockpiles. The Americans and Israelis have been destroying a whole lot. But it's such a vast country, and they have a whole lot of these things in bunkers, underground tunnels and all those kinds of things. They can fire from there. Israel has a 3-tier air defense system, but some of the missiles are able to penetrate because air defense system is like, so there are systems that can shoot down missiles and all these things coming in. That's the ability that they have. Now, so they can get overwhelmed. So if they're firing 50 missiles, 25 missiles, 10 missiles at the same time, it's like the systems will have to, because these ballistic missiles and some others, they have evasive capability, dodging ability. They are able to be, like when you see some of the videos, you see the missile will be dodging. So you have to fire sometimes 4, 5, up to 10 different rounds to be able to track one missile, because the missile is coming to land over the country. Something has to fire to intercept it, to make it explode in the air. Now, so even if the missile explodes over the country, some of the shrapnel, SHRAPNEL, some of the pieces, the burning pieces can fall onto buildings. It can still create problems. Yeah, so those are the kinds of things happening. So yes, Israel and other countries with air defense systems may be able to to take down 100 missiles, 150 missiles, and all of that, but 2 or 3 could penetrate. And the 2 or 3 that could penetrate could cause very serious harm, as was done yesterday in one of the cities. At least 9 people are reported to have died. Israel and America said they've taken control of Iranian airspace and all of that. They've been wreaking havoc as well. There are allegations of who shot at a school, an all-girls school in Iran and all of that. So that is happening. So there is that layer. America supporting Israel, smaller population. Iran, bigger population. And thinking and the whole thought is that, okay, Iran is really trying to get nuclear weapon. It has moved to even regime change, because listening to Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, he has said clearly that he's also opting for regime change in Iran. That's listening to analysts and reading and seeing a whole lot of that. It's going to be difficult. Iran is not like a proper democracy where you have opposition and all of that. You say, yeah, people are already in place to take over. No, it is more or less like a theocracy. It's a theocratic kind of system that has been ingrained into the Iranian people for ages. Those systems do not easily change. The same way, in fact, I call it indoctrination, the same way Israelis are indoctrinated to think that they always have to be fighting. They have neighbors that don't love them. It is an indoctrination. That's why it is. It is what you grow up knowing. You also grew up knowing that Israel, in Iran, you grew up knowing that Israel is your enemy. Yeah, they're not your friends. So there are these accusations. Now, so these 2 systems of indoctrination are there. And that's why you could kill the supreme leader. I'm not sure a whole lot of the guys in Iran are afraid to die because they have systems in place. It's like he knew that I could die. I am 86. I've done a whole lot. They could kill me. There are different layers and tiers in place to ensure that they can continue doing whatever they need to do to defend their country and to keep themselves alive, or to make their countries continue going. They won't back down. They don't love America. They don't love Israel. They don't hide it. It is an indoctrination. So even, there may be some people who may jubilate in the country, younger people who think they need a little more freedom because it is more or less like a tightly run country and all that kind of stuff. But the main layers of power are fashioned in such a way that the supreme leader is even higher than the president of the country. And all respect goes there. So, let me bring in the other layer. Within Islam itself, they could say Uncle Joe appoint me as military advisor. I'll be military advisor. Within Islam itself, there is an issue. You can hear Shia as Shia, you can hear Sunni. Okay. All of these layers are part of what is going on. So from the 7th century, there has been a dispute over the rightful succession to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. And it has gone into political and ideological conflicts over 3 key things: leadership, theology, and practice of Islam. So the Sunnis in Islam push more for community consensus. Everybody has to, be a part of it. Elections, and that's why they prefer Abu Bakr. While the Shias say leadership belongs to the Prophet's bloodline, beginning with Ali. It is a problem there. So, after the prophet died, there was a succession dispute, 632 CE, 632 CE. And the split originated over whether leadership should be elected or inherited. And so elected is Sunni and inherited is Ali, which is Shia. Now, the headquarters of Sunni Islam is Saudi Arabia. And the headquarters of Shia Islam is Iran. Saudi Arabia believes that it is the overhead of Islam. Both of them jostle for that authority, for that power. Iran believes, no, they should be the head. So there have been regional power struggles within there. Sectarian, violence, extremism, and all of that. Iran is often accused not just by America, but by their brothers of supporting terrorists or supposedly designated terrorist organizations like Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis in Yemen and all of that with not just weapons but money. Now, mind you, all of these countries have oil, so they're rich. So, the 1979 Iranian Revolution, which established, it was when the Shia theocracy was established, significantly sharpened sectarian divide against Sunni traditionalism. Now, so you will notice Iran, because Saddam Hussein from Iraq was also part of the whole Shia thing, and the Hezbollah in Lebanon, they are an offshoot of the Shia thing and all of that. They see themselves as a higher version, a higher and best form of Islam. They are descendants of the Prophet himself and all that kind of arguments they make among themselves. But became more militarily inclined, focusing more on military and all of that. Why the Sunnis, led by Saudi Arabia, became more economically inclined. So you see those countries around there, the Jordan, the Oman, the Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and all those places, they've gone more into economic advancement, in the promotion of Islam and all of that, quoting American friendship as a superpower. That doesn't sit well with Iran. As much as they are brothers, they will come together around critical things, but Iran is not happy that one of their archest enemies, the U.S., has bases in all of these countries that are neighboring, that are around Iran. They believe it is a threat to their existence. This is why, even though they are brothers and sisters, when the United States attacks Iran, when Israel attacks Iran, Iran believes, because some of those missiles will be passing over their territory, there should be alerts and all of that. But that doesn't happen, because these countries are friends with America as well as they are brothers to Iran. They feel a sense of betrayal there. So what do? They say, okay, we'll bring everybody into this thing here. We already want to say we the best people and all of that. They're friendly with our enemy. So what do they start to do? They say, first of all, they're attacking American bases within these countries. So those shooting, that's why they've been shooting at UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Jordan, Kuwait, Oman, and all of that. Is to draw everybody in. Okay, you feel you are prosperous, you have more tourists coming to you. You know, Iran is mostly a closed country. A whole lot of people do not go there. They don't even allow Western journalists to go in and all those kinds of things. These other Muslim countries are more open. People go to Dubai, people go to Qatar for holidays and all those kinds of things. Abu Dhabi, all those kinds of things are happening. So at the end of the day, so all of these layers are there. Now, I listened to some analysis and I read that it is very likely that Donald Trump wouldn't have attacked or agreed for the scale of attack on Iran if there was not some kind of go ahead from Saudi Arabia. Now, that is an analysis. It may not be cast in stone. There may have been, because you know Trump went in that region, carry back trillions of dollars worth of due from these rich Gulf countries. So that tech friendship is very much there. And it also depends on American military software. So Iran now finds itself in a position where it is being pummeled and belted here and there by a very powerful America and Israel and all of that. Yeah, they can try to fight back, but they will put everybody inside. You have bases. You are my brothers, but you have bases here and there of Americans, blah, blah, blah. So we'll start attacking. You draw everybody in so as to put pressure, because those countries really do not want to get involved in war because of their economies. They have good economies. They have been projecting themselves as stable. You hardly hear about terror going on in those places. And they've been attracting the rest of the world. They want that to continue. So they really do not want to engage in a war. But Iran said no. So that's where the war is. So what does Iran do as well? Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of global oil passes. You got a whole lot of the oil that will come from Saudi Arabia, from UAE, from Iran, and other places has to pass down there to come to the rest of the world. They say any ship will fire you. Earlier today, they were firing from Iran drones landing on some oil facilities in Qatar and I believe Saudi Arabia and other places. Some hotels have been affected in these other countries. So it is actually turning into a regional conflict. These other countries are still holding back. They've not retaliated against Iran. They don't want to be seen as fighting their brothers. But we may not know how it may play out. Whether if missiles and drones continue to come from Iran and be affecting infrastructure, killing people and other things in their countries, whether they will not retaliate. Because they themselves have good military powers as well, not as compared to Iran, that over decades has been amassing all of those things. So that's where it is. We know America is a superpower, but wars are not things that you say, okay, the person will win. There will be issues, there will be casualties. And Iran now finds itself in a position where, but we just, we got to draw everybody inside. Anyway, you see, just shoot it there. It's not good for the world. It's dangerous. So now, one of the groups supported by Iran, Hezbollah, jumped inside to fire at Israel yesterday. And Israel has been returning even more heavily, killing a whole lot of people in Lebanon. In fact, just before I came on air, I was reading there's a possibility of boots on the ground from Israel to Lebanon. So it is expanding and it's affecting a whole lot of things. Travel has been quite restricted to the region. A whole lot of people, tourists, are caught up in hotels and everywhere else. Planes are not flying into or out of those areas because of everything else that is happening. So it is not a good thing for the world. But when people keep making weapons and all of that, it gets to a point they want to test it. There are different things underneath. All kinds of plots and subplots are taking place. Will it lead, if it continues, if it gets worse, will it lead to a fragmentation of Iran like Iraq and Libya and other places are? That's not what Trump wants. He thinks he wants a regime change. I don't see how possible that is going to be, especially a system that has been run since 1979, as it is in Iran. I don't know, but let's see how all of these things play out. Whatever the case is, it's not good for the world. like Russia-Ukraine war and Ebola may fuel prices, oil prices to go up. Oil prices are going up. Unless other countries decide to open up more, but in fact, a whole lot of them are right within that region. So to get oil out of there is difficult. That could mean the pump price for gasoline and fuel in other places could, over time, go up. Because if the current stock in countries is running out and people need to bring in new ones, the price is already going up on the international market. So these are how these things affect the rest of the world. Ships that perhaps supposed to bring goods and other things to other countries are supposed to use that Strait of Hormuz. They're not. Others say they're just supposed to leave Iran. Others think, well, whatever it is true, they were developing nuclear weapons. Even their brothers and neighbors they're not very comfortable with Iran. Yeah, you get one brother that's troublesome. That's your brother, but yeah, he's troublesome. When you see the man pass by your house, you can be looking, oh, whether he carry something. Yeah, that's how it is in that Middle East. So let's see. Finally, before we take your calls, in this country, we're very quick. We are very quick to put big money business behind someone. Big money. Oh, the person stole this one. So recently, I've been hearing, it must wear 80 million LPRC. And I just laughed. You know why I'm talking inside? I don't know. I'm not able to just be somewhere. I know truth. I've heard about things. And people just, that's why sometimes people just putting some kind of crime on someone that doesn't make sense. And we say that we talk. As much as I can be critical of people, of governments, but, man. So, I've spoken to sources. I've not even spoken to him himself. I don't know for when or whatsoever. We're not that, So, but it is not a good thing. Yeah, that people can just put big money business behind someone. But here's what is happening. That all these people who bring the fuel, the gasoline, whatsoever, they have to pay that levy, that road fund levy, and all that stuff. The system was such a way that it was not very transparent. There was not a way to ensure, for example, or that you have a road fund person there, LRA person, everybody there to ensure, say, Mr. X, say he brought in 100 gallons, so you got to pay the 100 gallons road fund levy and all those kinds of stuff at the pump as they take it out and everything else. No, there were things happening that were making most of the money was not coming in. For example, in 2023, I'm told a whole lot of money was generated. Then it started going down. Then, so there are usually these discrepancies. I am aware that there was an issue. And for close to a month, LRA people, road fund people, other people, they had to sit in room to run the numbers. Whether actually there was some kind of mistake somewhere. I got that info. I was trying to follow it up. Right? LPRC does not have anything to do with this kind of money business. They are the custodian and all of that. But as it relates to money, no. So there is a system the government is trying to employ through LPRC, which Amos and others are now insisting upon, that we need more transparency. We got to have these road fund people at the pumps and all of that to ensure how much you're selling, to be able to pay the amount you're supposed to pay. It is not, some of these people are not happy with that kind of thing. So all kinds of news coming up on people. We cannot be in a country just because of these parochial desires of individuals and companies or whatsoever. So, okay, well, wait a minute. We'll post on a big crown on, hey, why you be responding to that one, then I ate? No. We do these things always. And my husband, not be afraid to say, no, this one here. What 80 million? It must wear 80 million. People, you really think people can just talk? 80 million is small money. Let's be rational. It must. Why the 80 million coming from? From where? Where will it be kept? Where is it coming from? No, it's not true. These stories are fabricated to get at people. I guess you will be surprised. Oh, Julius talking about me like this. No, because some of us from different sources close to the matter, we've been following this thing here. It is not as it is presented. It is about now. So they're not happy with that measure. The new measures to ensure more transparency. Because, road fund, that those levies and all those things and those fees that are paid will help to pay for the machines and all those kinds of things. You remember the other day when I was telling you, say, directly or indirectly will contribute to paying for the yellow machines. Yeah. They're not happy because that would mean that they will pay the actual money. So if you are bringing 100 and you are magoing some kind of way to pay for 50, it must wear there and roll from people. They say, no, we bring it in, measure that will make you pay almost for that 100 there or close to it. Now, 80 million. That's why these stories are coming up. No, we shouldn't do people like that. This thing not happening from Ellington to Weirton. We can just jump off. Just put some kind of. Some of us have suffered from those things. I don't like it. If we know that you will say, but no, don't do that to people. Don't destroy people for no reason, especially when they are trying to do the right thing. Trying to do the right thing so that the country can get most of its money out. Planting these stories here and there and blah, blah, blah. If people cannot stop me, I have not had a conversation with anybody at LPRC. I know the sources I've spoken to from which entities that know more about this thing. It's not okay. And those people would not have backed him up in the first place. No way. It's not possible. They wouldn't have. But we know what the details are. You people will pay the rightful fees that are required to be paid. Yeah. So those measures, those transparency measures, we encourage the government to continue with them to ensure that the country gets what it is supposed to get. Let's take a few of your calls. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. The same way we didn't sit back yesterday for people to just lie on people. Yeah? Just lie on people. Everybody sit down again, talk. You guys just get the price. Oh, the man is better driven. No, that's not me. Just stop it. It's not good. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius.
Mm-hmm.
And good afternoon to your listening audience. My name is T. Benjamin Myers. Well, let me begin on the last point you made. And I've always said that Liberia has morphed into a society that sells negativity even much more than the truth. So every time something negative comes up about a public official, we do not do ourselves due diligence by analyzing them to go to the bottom line of what's unfolding, or we make a conclusion that the person is corrupt based on public speculation.
But 80 million a joke?
Yeah, 80 million is a whooping sum. And this is the same Amos Twell who was once Deputy Minister for Internal Affairs. He went to America. I mean, he went for scholarship, and whilst he was there, he was being paid in his capacity as a Deputy Minister. When he came back, he had accumulated over 60,000 United States dollars. Out of transparency, this young man in his poverty state made open declaration of the amount that had accumulated in his account, and he paid back to government's account. That singular attitude serves as a great reputation that has brought him to the limelight today. And I don't believe in his capacity, in this current capacity, where he's being well paid, he's going to put himself into corruption. Besides that, 80 million is too much money for one person to steal.
But besides, Ben, the very funny thing is, the thing is funny. I got hint of this story ever since. It was not about 80 million. It was a song of reconciliation process between LRA, Rofon, and these people that are bringing these few products in and all those kinds of things. And I know that Amos and the Rofon and all these people are pushing for greater transparency to ensure that the government get the actual money they're supposed to get. This is what certain people do not like. That's why they don't like.
And obviously, there are some people who have built themselves, and they are benefiting at the expense of the Liberian people. And every time these reforms are introduced, they will have a way to react. And these are some of the ways they can react. But we understand those things.
Okay.
For me, they do not bother me. What I know is that what is being speculated isn't possible. Lastly, I like your historical rendition of the two layers of the Islam religion and the circumstances attendant to the current war. But I just want to ask a question. Israel is speculating that Iran is building a nuclear program. Before then, last year, June, the U.S. moved to Iran, used a bunker buster bomb, and bombed Iran's nuclear facility. And the President of the United States of America informed the world that that singular military strike had obliterated Iran's nuclear program. I can't fathom how that same threat will still exist after Donald Trump had announced that the nuclear
there were other reports that these facilities were buried deeper within the earth than thought, with a whole lot of concrete and everything else. So it is possible that
Julius, I'm coming. The U.S. president does not just speak carelessly. He speaks based on classified intelligence. And when the military action went on, he took his time, came and addressed the word that the U.S. military action had obliterated totally the nuclear program of Iran, and Iran is no more going to exert any effort. Now, we're just a few months down the line, and we are being made to understand that same threat still exists. I can't understand why, because of that threat.
That is why Labramp will say there's something inside.
I can't understand why, because of that threat, over 150 girls will be in school, they will be bombed, and we've used that to justify something.
Okay.
I mean, it is scary.
Thanks.
When I saw the children being lifted from the debris.
Thanks so kindly, Ben. Because of time, let's take a few others. Our guest is already here. Shortly, he will be coming in. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Julius, this is Kamara here. I'm Rakwado Mohammed Kamara. On your first talking point, relative to maybe, can I say, the economic influence or whatever power at the world's level, what we can do is to just pray for world peace. I think at this point the casualties are so enormous. Innocent people are dying everywhere. So I don't think something that the world would like to see. So we actually pray that the U.S. and its ally, Iran and its ally, will consider humanity first, so that we can put to an end this senseless war. Coming back to Liberia, you mentioned something about Amos, and sometimes when it comes to these issues of allegations, I like to just play my role. But again, when I know the individual that I've worked with for decades, sometimes it's just good to stand in their defense whenever you know. If you talk about $80 million, are you talking about our budget when we made it some years ago? Because when we made 80 million, I think arguably Monaseri took over this country with $80 million. So are you telling us that the same $80 million that Amos alone is affording? I think we have to be mindful with how we expose people here. However, it is what it is. When you're trying to come up with systems and try to institute measures that will give a long-term sustainability, sometimes you'll see forces from everywhere fighting.
Thanks.
It must take over. Hello?
Yeah. Just quickly, I have to take others.
Quickly, since Amos took over, I don't know anything they call demand when it comes to petroleum product in this country. It has been dropping from $2,000 now to I think some $700 to $600.
What not 2,000? What not 2,000? I'm asking you, man. Where you take that one from? Where you got 2,000? Welcome, and let's hear you.
Julius, how are you? How you doing?
I'm fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is John J. Backwell.
Mm-hmm.
You see, firstly, let me start with the war in the Middle East. It's economically bad, and I think the right thing need to be done. If not so, oil price already is skyrocketing. If you look at the global market already, but again, that's America. America is an ally to other countries in the world, including our country as well. Wherever they see these threats, they can move in quickly with the kind of president they have right now. Quickly to the Amos 12 issue. You see some of the lies the people told people yesterday, and the same platform they used yesterday for those lies against people. It's the same platform that lying on them.
Well, some of us were always there, despite the name calling, to say, no, this one here is not possible. Let's look at it this other way.
That is the reason why I'm not putting your platform in that category.
I know what you mean. Mm-hmm.
Yes. We saw Spoon. Later on, you listen to Waterspoon confessing, say some of the things we did, we can't talk all. But we lie, we did it, we took the body from someone put it there. Are you talking about? I mean, not like Emontua, when he was the UN chair for Unity Party, when we were in the CDC with other people. Yes, but for me to just wake up because of politics and I say, Emontua, 80 million? I think Emontua, they need to resign. People need, because the platform they used yesterday to spill all lies, looking for dead body, all different countries say that Liberia was not safe. That the same platform destroying them today. So they might not cry. But for me, I cannot believe that because I know Emontua.
Okay.
Julius, man, thank you. All right, brother, thank you.
Thanks so kindly. This person says, if government is serious about collecting lawful revenue, especially in the petroleum sector, the best thing to do is to automate the system between customs, LPRC, road fund, and everyone involved with payments and collections. Yeah, I agree with that. I personally have proffered this more than once in meetings. I see this possible because I've worked in the Asekuda system for years. But trust me when I say the actors won't buy this idea anytime soon because every player is playing their game. Okay, good. Perfect. Yeah, that's why we're talking about greater transparency. Welcome on the international line. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. Frank Gates, I call from Paris. Julius, if someone can take 25 million,
who?
If Samuel Toy can take 25 million, Amos Toy is capable of taking 8 million.
So who told you Samuel Toy? So that the 2 toys. But did you? Frank.
Yeah.
Did you agree when they said Samuel Toy told 25 million? Did you agree with them then?
Amos said it. Amos said Samuel Toy 25 million more.
When the Amos Toy told down?
Amos Toy told the people 80 million. He need to account for 80 million.
No, Amos Toy didn't take 80 million.
If Samuel Toy can take 25 million, Amos Toy can take 80 million, Julius. So let's go back to the Iran and Iraq. Julius, Israel gets nuclear weapons. So why Iran cannot get nuclear weapons? Who is the United States to dictate to Iran not to get nuclear weapons? When the United States got one of the diplomats in the studio, I called and told him that the one terrorist state in the world is the United States. And I stand by that today. I have respect for Donald Trump when he first came to power, but Donald Trump has now become the number one terrorist in the world. This is a terroristic act America is taking against Iran, and I want to encourage Iran to defend herself to the last.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Let's take just three more calls. I know the man that want to talk. He just can't wait. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius, good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead, Chief.
And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to scores of Liberians following the show. I phone from District 4, and there's the voice of Akwe Ebue Senior. Julius, let me appreciate you for all of the talking points and the education you provided for Liberians. But Julius, specifically, I'd like to speak to this issue that has to do with Amos Twe. The politics in Liberia is a kind of difficult thing. It's a kind of bad politics that we play in Liberia, where sometimes we try to drag people in the mud and, tarnish their reputation, their high-end character. We try to tarnish it and spoil it once and for all. But Julius, my thing is, I have not come in defense of Amos Twe. Maybe some may look at it and say, oh, this institution is telling false story against Amos Twe. Others may say it is factual. But what I want us to do as Liberians, Julius, is we shouldn't rule this information that is coming up. We shouldn't rule it out. What I think we could do, since there's an allegation against the MD, we need to launch an investigation. I think there should be an intense investigation that should go on so that when the investigation is done, when there are findings, if the findings is Amos Twe is free from all of the allegations.
My man, that whole thing was done. I'll give you more details. That whole thing what was done ain't got anything to do with Amos Twe. But thanks so kindly. I've been critical of Amos Twe. I know I'll be surprised to play. He say, Julius talking about me. It is not about him, right? That is not the thing. It's about truth. It's about what we know. Messiah, they not made me to take $6,000 I've paid. They not give me 10,000. They not all kind of money. They not put it on my head. I would not get nothing. Imagine you get someone $5 or $10 in your pocket. They man taking $6,000 from government. Man taking 10,000. Then I put all the load on my head. I don't get nothing. So I know about those lies. It is not the thing. I just don't like it. It's not good. Welcome, second to last caller.
Thank you, Julius. How are you?
I'm fine.
And I'm Musa Kone. Honestly, I wouldn't have called if John Jay had not called. And John Jay called remind me of something way back. He said, when Amos Twe was youth league chairperson of the Unity Party, then they were the ruling party. I know personally, as a young person coming out then, I know how the entire youth at the time worked along Amos Twe. And since Amos Twe became managing director, I met him once. That was in Calabar, maybe the first year of their regime. And sometimes it's different, right? In the past, a sedition like me, I'm the vice chair for CDC, a very die-hard sedition. Even if it was true or it's not true, but once it was Musa Kone, they will say all kinds of things. We will call for investigation, but as it is, there is no possibility for a very young person at 12 to just take 80 million.
Yeah.
That one is small thing there. It's difficult. Yes, as a young person, when you are in government, when you are in leadership, sometimes you can make some mistake. But that alarming amount is not true. But I believe that Amos Twe is a decent man, owing to the fact that up to now, even some of our people that currently work at LPRC, they are still there. He is one of the outstanding person among the current generation of Unity Party people, and that is because where he came from as a young person. Now I always tell people, the Unity Party of Madame Sely and the Unity Party of Joseph Barker is not the same. This Unity Party, they are very, very arrogant, but Amos is one of the good person among the many.
Okay, thanks so kindly, and I really appreciate the fact that a very high level blood running CDC person like you and Janje will be able to call to in a way affirm the integrity of your colleague, even though he's on the other side. I know it will be difficult for any of them to do publicly yesterday. If, for example, if you change the map and put CDC in power, it will be difficult. But I mean, that's what the politics should be. Those are the things we're talking about. It's about truth. It's not. I'm not defending him as well. He can't do anything for me. He didn't do anything for me. Nothing. But I mean, the thing is, I know about the story. That's my issue. I know. Yeah, I know Amos when I ran. He's not even there. I know LRA and the people were hung up for over a month to do reconciliation. Ain't got anything to do with LPRC. I know the whole thing. Yeah, that's why that drummer say, want to, or he take 80 million, blah, blah, blah. But let's stop that thing, man. What happened? Then we must say that, I say, oh, you media man. No. My own, that's true. Bro. If a hand was going to be anything, you know me, I'm scared. I'm going to talk it. So that is that. So y'all lead that other story. That other story not possible. Yeah? Yeah. We have with us Benedict Koluba. It's been just a little while. He hasn't been here just a little while. But welcome.
Yeah, Julius, thank you for the opportunity and the invites. And let me say good afternoon to the Liberian people. And it is an opportunity to always come and do some truth-telling, like you said. We have to be truthful.
Yeah, sure.
And just to pick from there, the point is, our colleagues from the Unity Party, this is one of the strange things I've seen. We can admit, we used to associate with them. We used to have interactions. But today, even in your homes, they see us like we're non-Liberians. For God's sake. So that's the reason why you see the kind of pressure on the people. But we should be doing truth-telling. We should be able to stand for the truth in this country, no matter the consequences. And that's what some of us have chosen to do, even though all of our friends in the Unity Party and those who were prevailing in the CDC are now denigrating integral people like us just because we don't agree with them, which is wrong. So thanks to my colleagues who know what is appropriate, and then they can stand for that.
Okay, good. Now, you have been writing. You've been writing a whole lot about Pave Port. I want us to start from there. Let me give you some time to lay out your claims about this Pave Port deal, this deal about paving roads from here to Bowater side and all of that, other roads on that side. It is on paper and everything else. It looks good. It sounds good to me. Why are you picking bones, Ben? Why? So why do you want to be a Benjamin Netanyahu to the organizing banding? You want to be?
So Julia, here's the point, right?
To this deal. Mm-hmm.
You know, I told you here the premise of my conversation was in the national budget. I told you our 2026 budget was not a budget. It was a cohesion tool for the legislature. And many people felt that we'll get talking. I told you when that budget is passed, a lot of concession that has been tied to that budget will go to the legislature and they will be fast-tracked because the Unity Party was very crafty to tie the interests of many of the lawmakers in the 2026 budget. So as a result, it became a trump card that, look, you know why? We put money in this budget, $6 million to go to the William Hospital. We put money in the budget to make sure that we pave the road. So if you don't sign the budget, these things will not happen. And by the time they sign the budget, then they brought those concessions that's supposed to bring those resources on the table. I didn't have interest in that concession earlier because generally as a development expert, and I can say that for clear, as a development economist, I have not bought the idea of, at this point, expanding any of our roads to 4 lanes. I have not bought that idea. So I didn't take interest in the concession agreement. I took interest in that concession agreement when Minister Roland Guinness came to this studio and talked about the concession agreement. And then he mentioned the cost. So I said, Lord, let me go and look at the concession. So the reason I'm taking boom with this concession is that
why? First of all, you mentioned this, that this was a disagreement you had with your own government to expand the RIA road to the 4 lanes. Why do you think it is not needed now, the expansion of roads to 4 lanes and all that?
So you see, what we need to decolonize our development. Our mind is still colonized. We stay in a colonial architecture. In that colonial architecture, we think that development should be supply. I went to Italy. I went to Korea. I went to South Korea. I went to China. I saw overpass bridge. I saw 4 lanes, 6 lane road. Let's put 6 lane road in Liberia. But I didn't study how long it took China to do 6 lane or 20 lane roads. Because you didn't do that, then you supply that kind of development. So in my mind, no, it's not development, because development should be homegrown and systematic. So are you telling me somebody from Grand Bassa driving to Riverside, driving to Greenville, they don't deserve even one lane quota road? Only people from here to Habel would need 4 lanes, or people from here from Clay would need 8 lanes. So that is my personal view about our roads and development. If we take a supply development, it's not going to make impact in our country, because our country is still not connected.
Well,
so
that could be a debatable one.
It's a debatable issue. That's what I said.
With development economists like yourself that could have that debate back and forth. Yeah. So, what is your preference? What do you prefer?
So, what I prefer would be a subject that the Union Party would take in wrong way, because they don't want to take any ideas from us. So right now, what is at stake is to discuss the concession.
No, we will, but we are laying
what
the groundwork.
What I prefer is all the county capitals be connected with paved road
first,
before we do overpass, before we do 4 lane or 6 lane anywhere in this country.
Okay. Others could argue that we could have the resources to.
We don't.
To do all.
No, we don't. You're taking $364 million and put it on 176 kilometers of road. So what if we have taken that $364 million? We needed not to go credit money from the Arab people to build the Lofa Road. $364 million could finish the Lofa Road without taking loan from those people. Or if we even started from Grand Bassa to Riverside up to Greenville, but we take our own money and lavish it to a Sierra Leone company, then we go to the World Bank, to the IMF, we go to the Arab people to credit money again.
Okay, now.
So that is the reason why I don't support that, because
now
we're taking our own resources and dashing their own people, then we go and run behind other people to credit money from them. Now, so you see my philosophy.
Now you are whetting my appetite. Give us the background understanding that you gained from this.
The reason my understanding about this concession is, in the first place, the concession is with bucket, 140 some more pages. They did a summary, and I sent that to you. And they said in that concession, the financial side of the concession, first, the whole contract is $364 million. Out of the $364 million, $313 million is the actual cost of the road.
How much?
313 is the actual cost of the road.
Okay.
In that 360 million, $31 million is contingency. Well, people, this is illogical. Go to the national budget. How much do we have for contingency? You have a $13 million concession agreement, but you raise it up to $364 million because you put $31 million for contingency. Nobody knows what that contingency is about. You put around $6 million for another supervision for an engineer, or another engineering company that will supervise that road. You put another $3 or $4 million for the design of the road. You put another $3 million for the project management. This is not NGO. So you got almost around I think $47 million. Let me go $47 million whooping loose money that is accumulating the project cost to $364 million. So the actual cost of that project is $330 million. I didn't write that. They wrote it in the project. You go to the project summary, it's there. So I'm saying, how can you have a $330 million? That's what drew my attention. And you have a contingency of $31 million. What that $31 million will be spent for? That should raise concern of the Liberian people. Those are the places you might find the money for to run the campaign for the Unity Party. The minister was in the studio and also told the Liberian people there is $7 million. I haven't found it. They have it somewhere. $7 million in that for social development. That social development funds will go to the pavement of the road in Foya. All the streets in Foya will be laid out. Probably they might post onto the sports stadium in Foya. So when you look at the composition of that financial summary, then if you are a well-being economy, if you are a development economy, it now draws your attention to go into the detail of the concession.
Let's go there.
So when you go to the details of the concession, two things you realize. Even though the concession actually not supposed to be $364 million, what they did, they said the company will bring $280 million. The government of Liberia will bring in $146 million. Julius, that company does not have $280 million to invest.
How do you know?
If you go to the concession says the government of Liberia. I want to be reading the page because for me,
sure.
I don't want to lie. I don't want people to think that I'm lying. The government of Liberia says that this concession here, after doing between 10 to 15 kilometers of road, which means by the time they pave 10 kilometers of road, they will now put toll on that road to be collecting money to continue the pavement of the road. A company that had $280 million that cannot start tolling just after 10 kilometers of road. When you have 255 kilometers of road. So they should complete the road before they put toll on that road. The government says the toll on that road, they will raise around $70 million. They deflated it to $50 million on the toll per year, beginning 2027. They will start raising $50 million. I say it's $70 million because the calculation is $70 million. So meaning that by the time we gave the people the first $46 million and then they bring in $63 million, I'm not even sure they're going to bring in that money. They will start collecting money now to do the roads. Julius, this is not a concern. This is a constriction of the Liberian people financially. You're conscripting us to take money and give it to the Sierra Leonean people. Are they smarter than us? The way I look at the whole concession, you could give it to a Liberian company. They will do that road. So, because of the financial model of that concession, I tell you that this is not a concession. This is a financial constriction of the Liberian people. A company that had $280 million cannot start tolling. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying toll is bad or toll is good. I'm saying if you have to complete 255 kilometers of road, and this stretch that you're supposed to put the 3 toll on is around 176 kilometers, and you put 3 tolls on that road, you have not even done quite 38 kilometers. Between here to Clay is 38 kilometers, but by the time you do 10 kilometers, maybe you reach to Zion or Port River.
You have 3 tolls on it?
There will be 3 tolls on that road. So I came to tell the Liberian people what they don't know in that concession. One of the tolls will be at St. Paul Bridge. One of the toll will be Clay Junction. One of the toll will be at Sinje or before Bow Waterside, right to the border there. So you have 3 toll booths on there.
So that means if you are going to Bow Waterside, you're paying 3 times.
You're paying 6 times because you go come back. Julius, look, Liberian people, let me say this to you. You people have long held in mind that the intelligentsia of this country were in the Unity Party, but those are not intelligentsia. These are people who are in the 21st century and they are thinking in the 18th century economy. So I told you before, the arrest agenda is a colonial ideology. I told you that before. They're plotting the math on it. So we are in 21st century, but they are thinking in 18th century. This is not good for our country. In that concession, you can call them. They can come here. I can bring that concession. We'll project it. In that concession, one of the dangerous things in that concession is this. When the tolls are put on that road, nobody will do any junction on that road. You can't do bypass. Any new road that's supposed to have a junction on that road, the concessionaire must agree. Because, for example, if you go get across Port River or if you get across Port River and people want to build road to bypass the toll and maybe get them to Bomi, no. That road should not get on that quota they have paved. Are you telling me these economists? This is the same way they wrongly advised the president that the arrest agenda will be measured on the basis of GDP. And then the World Bank and IMF came back and said, no, it is not possible. You cannot achieve this unless 2050.
What is the meaning of project duration is 25 years?
So what they're saying here is the project starts 2026 and the project will end 2030, 2031. After that, the tolls that will be on the road, the concessionaire will be collecting money up to 24, 25 years to get a repayment. Remember, we're paying them 1.5% interest on the loan we are taking from them. And so they will be collecting more money and taking almost 80% of that money until they get their money from there. Julius,
are there estimated charges within the concession for the tolls?
Julius, yes. I want to open my computer and show you something. In the concession, they're saying a taxi. One time, by the time you pass there, you pay 25 cents. Pickup,
which is 50 LD.
50 LD, depending the rate. Let's say 50 LD. Pickup will be 50 cents. Bus will be around $2. Pickup and bus. Then mini truck will be around $8. Then the bigger truck will be around $18. I didn't write that. So meaning, if a taxi leaves from here and go to Bowater side and come by, multiply 25 cents times 6 because you pass through the toll 3 times and go, you pass through it 3 times, come.
That's 300 LD.
300 LD. Mm-hmm. Pull it to a pickup. That is 50 cents, which is around how much that?
$1 will be 600.
600. Pull it to a bus that the people like to use so much. Bus is around $2. 2 times 6.
1,200.
2 times 3, that was 6, right? Mm-hmm. 6 times 200, and 1,200. Mm-hmm. Put $18 to a truck. Put $9. It's, my brother, you understand the burden that the Liberian poor will face on the concession? Julius, this is not a concession. This is a conscription of the Liberian people. The reason I took interest in it is that because Minister Giddens has made the world to believe that they are coming to redeem, they are coming to pave that road, not knowing it's just superficial to create burden on the Liberian people. Let me tell you one thing that in our concession, again, how the payment will be done. The payment even looking chakla. They need to come to the public now with the real concession. The road fund is going to be used as a collateral according to the financial model on the briefing in section 3.0 on the model of financing.
Let me go there.
The road fund is going to be used as a collateral, but the saying for the government second payment, the government should be able to take to provide a $100 million bond, interest-bearing bond. I don't even understand that logic. So and use the road fund as a collateral to pay back. So it appears to me the whole $146 million will be front-loaded to the concessionaire because we had to issue a $100 million bond. And in the national budget, we already have $50 million for that road project. So we're going to $50 million. As soon as ArcelorMittal gave our $200 million, we'll get them $50 million. By the time they go some kind of a way, they use our $50 million and put the toll booth there, they finish. They don't need any other money to do the work. This concession does not have $280 million to invest in Liberia. A Liberian company would have done this job. So that's the problem we're faced with. And it got to Ezekiel, in Ezekiel 33, he said, Ezekiel, I'm charging you as a gatekeeper. Tell the people they are seeing. Tell them what is happening. If they're listening.
So that you the Ezekiel?
Yes, we have to tell the population that that road okay, you're talking about.
Let me read 3.0, Mr. Ezekiel, the prophet. Project costs and financing arrangements. The total project cost is estimated at $363,908,768.44 during a period of 5 years. The project is due to be funded from 2 sources as below. Funding sources during 5-year construction period. Concessionaire contribution $218,345,261.06.
Which is not true.
60%. The government of Liberia, central government, and road fund, $145,563,507.38.
Yeah, 40%. $146 million.
Yeah. The concessionaire contribution will be repaid in equal installments for 24 years. From toll gate collection from 2027 to 2050.
So you see there?
The unpaid amount from 2031 after the construction period 2026 to 2030 will attract interest of 1.5% per annum. During the construction period, Pave Associates contribution will not attract interest. The government of Liberia will be required to contribute 40% of the project cost in 2 forms. A total of $46 million for the first 3 years, of which $10 million is expected to be paid in 2026, $16 million in 2027, and $20 million in 2028. The concessionaire is recommending a non-interest-bearing government. Let me read. The concessionaire is recommending a non-interest-bearing government payment bond of the amount at the project commencement date. B, the issuance of a 2-year interest-bearing government payment bond of $100 million for the remainder of the government of Liberia contribution of 40% against 3 years payment of US $30 million 2028, US $35 million 2029, US $35 million 2030. The project will attract revenue from a minimum of 3 toll gates operations, of which 75% will be used to meet repayment of the concessionaire contribution, including 1.5% interest and a complete overlay of the road in 2045.
So, Julius, stop there. Julius, stop there. In that agreement, they're saying that the money the concessionaire will be collecting, 75%, they will be keeping that money and take out their cost from there. And they are assuming that from now to 2024 or 45, the concessionaire or pivotal will have accumulated excess of $23 million. They will be keeping $23 million for Liberia. Then after they finish the road in 2030, it will take them 15 years. 2045, they will come back because they are going to do one layer. I want to read that portion. They will do one layer of the road from here to Bow Waterside. They will keep $23 million for us. Even though their money they coming to spend will pay interest of 1.5%, but our $23 million they will keep for 15 years. They're not paying interest on it. They will use that $23 million to come back and do the second layer of the road. Lord, what kind of country we in so under the Unity Party? You take our money, you say you can't build a road. So the people who even giving their concession, look at their ages right now and add another 15, 20 years to their ages, whether they will be active to be coming and be witnesses for their concession. This is what they say. But if I tell you my calculation now, that money that they're talking about, $23 million, is supposed to be around $68 million.
Why do you say so?
Julius, go to the table. I want to read it very clear. On page 15 of the summary briefing, I think there's the briefing, page 16, there's the briefing they deceived the president on. On this page 16, they are saying they will raise $17.6 million every year from the toll booth. $17.6 million for 24 years. Julius calculated that 17.4 times 24. In their calculation, in those, they will raise around 17.6.
6 times what?
Times 24 years.
24, that's $422.4 million.
$423.4 million. But in the next table title 3.0, on the same page 16, they have $324 million. Minus $324 million from that money. 324.
Minus 324, 98.4.
So there is a $94.8 million that is being shortchanged the Liberian poor. I'm not doing different analysis. I don't agree with the $17 million. I'm just taking their $17 million. In the worst case scenario, take $15 million. $15 million, because they came here and reduced the 17 to 15. Mm-hmm. Let's take that worst case scenario. 15 times 24 years.
15 times 24 is 360.
Minus 323 from there.
Minus 323 is 37.
So they still shortchange the Liberian people of $37 million. Julius, this is not good for our country. So this whole concession, I told the president before, but they're not listening. They think that this is not a partisan thing we're talking about. This is about development.
Well, if the government contributions that I saw there for first year as 10, 15, and other different amounts, there is some, is it 50 million or what from the, how much comes from the, from the
whole concession,
from the ArcelorMittal?
So the whole concession is chakla. They're saying the government of Liberia is supposed to give $46 million. But in the concession agreement, it's the road fund that will get $10 million. So because they want to
but I mean in the budget.
In the budget there's $50 million.
Yes, there's an
$50 million
money to
go to the concession. So it is going to be the government contribution out of the $146 million that's supposed to be paid.
Okay.
So government is front loading that $50 million to the concession. You see that? But then...
And then they will put toll booth on the road after 10 kilometers.
After 10 kilometers. By the time they put that toll booth after 10 kilometers, they start collecting money. And in the government own analysis says 2027, they will start collecting the money. If I put my technical analysis there, I will tell you no, because the 3 toll booths will not operate at once. So it tells you that we'll raise more than $70 million from there. Because they want to Simple Bridge will start fresh. That one can even start between now to October. That toll booth can start. Because you need to pave 10 kilometers of roads. The government gave you $50 million. You bring $63 million. You can pay from here to more. You pay by Zion. You pay by
what is did you look at the nature of the road? What is it going to be like? Is it going to be the 4 lane from here to
here? From here, it's going to be 4 lane, but it's going to be 1 layer. And I want to read that. Let me read that.
Let's get it.
Section on the summary that they presented to the president is on page 16, but it's under the title 3.2, and this is why it reads: the net of the toll gate amount gross collected less by 10% for the operation and maintenance, and 15% paid to the road fund. That is 75% will be used to meet the repayment of the concessionaire contribution to the interest of 1.5% on the unpaid amount from 2030 to 2050. Then they say excess fund will be used in the overlay of the Simple to bore waterside roads in 2045. So meaning they know that the toll money will be too plenty. It will pay the concessions, some will still remain, but the money will be with them. They will keep it till 2045. They come back and put a second layer on the road.
That is supposed to be a basic road. So how is it going to be 1 layer?
Oh no, they need to come tell us. Danami Road. Those are the things that drew my attention, Julius. I don't agree with the 17 million because the road toll booth will come at 3 intervals at 3 different points in time. So this 17 million should be incremental. So one of the toll booths will go for maybe 4.5 years. One will start and go for maybe 3 years before the concession ends. So the concessionaire, now Julius, here I said, I want you to calculate something again. 2027 to 20, the project going to 2031, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say 2027 to 2031. How many years?
4 years.
4 years. Multiply 17 million times 4. So that's 17 million times 4. So which is 17 times 2, 17.6 million times 4. So meaning that while the road is going on, that the money the concessionaire going to raise 17.6 times 4.
Is the 17.6 million on one toll booth or on the 3 toll booths after 3 of them will have become operational?
But I want to believe that it's on one toll booth, because you know why? By 2026, the road will not be finished from here to Bow Waterside to have 3 toll booths on it. Okay. But they are saying by 2027, they will start raising 17.5 million now. So I know technically that the toll booth that will be ready, that they want to Simple Bridge.
Is it practicable for one toll booth to raise 17%?
Oh, they analysis that not me. I even think that it's going to be more than that. Because if you have 3 toll booths and one will be operational just after 10 kilometers and you calculate that on the basis of that.
Yeah, I am looking at one toll booth. I am looking at the nature of traffic that moves in and all of that.
Are you looking at the amount that we charging on our road? A truck, Julius, the truck, they say each truck, how much a truck will pay? $18. That joke there. Julius, you know how much they can run on our road, and the good thing they calculated all of those things and put it there. I didn't do it for them. They did it for themselves. So I'm just holding them by that look, if you claim that toll will start in 2027, it means that I get one toll. It cannot be told the company is not so fast to pave the road from here all the way to Bow Waterside just in 1 year. Mm-hmm. So meaning that you are shortchanging us, that only one toll booth money you reporting. The people will leave serious trouble behind them. Serious trouble.
Why?
Because how the concession, first thing, they have already calculated, Julius, let's go. They have already calculated how much they will pay the concession without subtracting how much the concession will get from the toll booth at the end or before the end of the concession. Go to the table there. You'll see on the table 3.2, you'll see the calculation of the payments, how the money will be paid to the questions very fine. It's table 3.0 and it's on page 16.
Let me go there. This is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. We have with us Benedict Koluba. We are looking at the Pave Port deal in a way that we really haven't done. And
Table 3.0, summary of the project. Total revenue from 2027 to 2050. They say the total payment to the government will be 54 million. The payment to the concession will be 218 million.
You said page what or table what?
Table 3.0.
On page what?
It's on page 16 in the summary.
Okay,
The summary, they made the president here be with the summary. I'm telling you. They are saying from now to 2050, this whole toll booth will raise around $324 million. Out of that $324 million, government will get $54 million.
Okay, so some summary of projected total revenue from 2027 to 2050, 24 years.
24 years.
Total payment of government of Liberia, 54 million.
Yeah, 54 million. Julius, don't suffer yourself.
Repayment of concessionaire contribution, 218 million. Interest 1.5% paid to the concessionaire, 28.6 million. Overlay of road in 2045, 22 million 700,000.
So, which means they have already agreed that this concessionaire will invest 280 million, which is not true, because by next year they start collecting toll money, and if they collect toll money from next year to the end of the concession of the first phase of the concession, they are going to raise around $70 million. So you subtract $70 million from $280 million before you even start calculating. But here's what they did. They took the $280 million, they took the 1.5% of it, which went to $28 million. It means that we're agreeing that we're going to be paying these people $218 million plus the $28 million, $246 million. Even though they are going to be having access to $70 million before the concession, before the actual road construction ends, they're going to be having access to $70 million according to the government own calculation. And that $70 million has not been subtracted from their repayment. Hey, Jesus, what place we find ourselves? So? Julius, that mean wrote it one? So sometimes when I see, it's not strange to me because these people have bragged that they know everything. So when Oracle like us are pointing out the negatives, it's shocking to the population because there are people who have made them to believe that this is good because they have under the canopy of development. Everybody wants development. You say the road, so everybody will like it. But there is something underneath it that you don't know. And what the Liberians don't know about this concession, that's why I'm telling them. I didn't come here to tell you what they told you. I came here to tell you what they didn't tell you. So what's going to happen in effect, this company does not have $280 million to invest. They will collect around $70 million before the concession ends, but we will still pay them interest on $280 million. That big people did.
So Benedict, this went to the legislature. And I guess some of your CDC people sign up onto it. They try to invite people like you in, like CDC lawmakers, for example. We have this deal before us. It looks convoluted and complicated. Even for me reading right here, you can see the nuances and all of that. But was there any kind of effort made?
So, Julius, when we talk, like I'm on the radio, right? Somebody said the man looking for a job. Minus plus, we have made ourselves available. Look, in every dispensation of our lives, there have always been a prophet. There have always been somebody. I don't have to be called to the legislature, but issue come, I'm posting about it. Nobody takes it serious. They think that, the man is looking for a job. You're looking for recognition. Oh, yes, I need a job. I'm a librarian. I have to work. I have to survive. But what I'm doing is about the survivability of our country. Remember, Union Party led this country for 12 years. They created a commission and a situation that our economy was stuck, and there was a damaging payroll system they created. We came and tried to face it. They blame us. And today, we're still suffering from the scab. They have now back in power. They are still on, they are getting on capital formation. In this kind of economic model, there will be a capital formation for the first maybe 5% of the population. Because you know what? Who got a company that building this with 380 concession? It's a Sierra Leonean company. Where are they going to buy their equipment from? From China. The money not staying in Liberia. How many persons are they going to employ? They bring 3 machines and employ 2 persons. They got 25 machines running and 2-3 persons. They're not going to employ more people on this kind of role. So the benefit goes to them. There will be somewhat development, but that capital formation will be for the elite. This is not the kind of development that the Liberian people suffer for. So what I'm saying, whether CDC lawmaker or not, remember, the country is...
What I mean, they could have raised...
It's their choice. But what I'm saying is that you saw how all the concession passed, right? They tied the budget. In fact, it was all passed overnight. They tied the budget, how they call the other, oil deal. They tied all those deals to one voting. And some of the lawmakers said they were not going to vote because of that. I told you it was not strange that because the budget was a coercion tool, the moment you signed that budget, you got no reason to critique anything. Because where they will get money from to give it to your constituent, for example, they gave $15 million to the lawmakers on our Ministry of Internal Affairs, now local government, for the 17 electoral districts. That is a trump card to say, you know what?
That is how many? 73.
73 lawmakers. But it's going to be used on a Ministry
73 districts.
Yeah, 73 districts. It's going to be used on the Ministry of Local Government now. So if you have that kind of money that your district will benefit, then the next thing, they carry a World Bank financing project that we were on. They say each district will get $500,000 for. So you bundle all of those things. And I told the Western Cluster lawmakers that were here, I said, they needed not to even sign the concession. First thing, to pour Menekoma to Vonjama on this concession, that's why I even created a problem. It's 86 kilometers. Focus from here to Bo Warosa. Focus from here to Tomerberg. Focus from here to Bapolu. Lofa Road got his own process that have already been going. Even if Julius, we have elected you president, that process was ongoing. The money was going to come for the Lofa Road. So our own money we had, and I told you, 2026 budget, 2026 was the most regrettable year for our country because we have excess resources of $200 million. We chose to devalue among ourselves to run a recurring budget, and then we left that now to go to people to credit to do our own development. The consequences thereof, let me tell you what will happen. I will go to that. Mm-hmm. So the road fund had not been used as a collateral. Remember, the road fund is also going to be used and a rusted machine that are going to be distributed.
No, those are new machines.
No. I said rusted because they are going to be packing for the next 6 months. We'll be raining on them. So before it reaches, the people will be rusty.
It will be packing for 6 months?
Oh, yes. Oh, Julius, that's another conversation.
Who said that?
Anyway, Julius will reach to that. So on the basis of these kind of deals, our people have been deceived that these people came to develop the country. As you see them now calling, they rejected calling President Barrow Melesi. I thought they were found another name. Everything they said was bad and what they taking. They now call President Barrow Melesi. President where was Dagner Melesi, they now call him Dagner. You can't find your own name. Find your own name. Let me tell you one of the dangerous things in our concession. You know that from how they call the place? Medina Junction to Robertsport is already on a contract, right?
Yeah.
The road pavement is going on. But it is within this concession again.
How?
Julius, go by there.
Where?
I told you I can't tell the Liberian people what they're not seeing, what they didn't hear.
No.
Let me find the page. Let me find the page. They want, I'm talking to him and more. I'm reading it from the page.
This is the OK conversation.
Play Pele music for me, man. Let me deal with these people. Play Pele music
for me. This is OK FM 99.5. We are...
okay, Julius, they want Pele music, they go to. We won't go highway. Play that music. They say, there's something coming to discipline the sinners. This is what's going to happen to these people. Bam! Go to page 5 of the summary. These are the things that deceive the president with. I told the president all he needs me to review every document that goes to him because these people, they lie to him every day. I will jump back to somewhere that I always, but let me finish with this one.
Page 5, yeah.
Page 5. They say the project and the lots. They say what? Road.
Let me be the one to read.
Okay, you read it. Lot 1.
Lot 1, Simple Bridge to Clay. Monserrato bombing 38 kilometers. Told. They said they'll put told it. Lot 2, Clay to Bow Waterside, Grand Cayman County, 79 kilometers.
I got told too.
Comments. I don't see anything. Yeah. It has. Yeah. It has two. Clay to Topmenberg. Bombing Grand Cape Mount. 22 kilometers.
No toll on that one. You're free.
Yeah.
Every snow, you're free on that side.
Medina to Robertsport, 30 kilometers, single carriageway.
What the English that even
22 kilometers.
No, they say possibility of what? Possibility of being told.
Yes. Possibility of being told. So yeah, it has Medina to Robertsport, 30
but
kilometers.
that road paving is already going on.
Yeah, it was contracted. I think they say
our government contractor, the people even started. I think it was NASCO that was partnering with this company to build the asphalt plant right to the junction there. And the people they were working. But these people only strength, and I always told you, is the only way they can do any work is turn around and insult the CDC, denigrate the CDC before they start. That road or honor contract, they came, they said that lie. They gave it honor contract. Now they come by again and pull it in a $364 million concession. Julius.
No, this is concerning. I don't know, but
then Vonyama people.
Vonyama Kolahun Medicoman, look for 86 kilometers, single carriageway, possibility of being told too.
So we'll put toll on our side. So Ali, our side, no toll there for now. Let it do their own and put it toll there. Win force to go to Foya. Will be if I don't put it between Kolahun and Foya, we'll just talk Kolahun.
No, but is this an oversight or what is it? Are they blending them
My
up?
man,
Are they going to do something else after the road is paved by the current company? They're doing something else there?
Julia, frère, mais moi je ne sais pas. C'est les gens qui connaissent tout, mais ils ne connaissent rien.
Man, I see what French you're speaking there, man.
Julia,
what else are French there? I said understanding what you're saying.
You understand that French there?
Yeah, but I know that what else are French.
Ouais, Julia, moi je parle français très bien.
Non, toi tu parles pas français très bien. Mais
moi je me débrouille.
C'est bon. Now, no, but Ben, in spite of everything, is this an honest oversight or what? To have the Medina Road?
Julia, that means supposed to answer that question. All I know that double dipping. I know that all of these accumulate into 255 kilometers of road.
Because that Medina to Robertsport is being paved.
Mr. President, you know that at the same point where people told the president that they will pave about 20% of the road by 2029, that the same people in the zone now they're making money that time. I told you they were going to make money, and they made money. The minister came here, he wanted to justify. I also posted on that because he said, according to him, he said to the people, by 2029, they might have paid about 20%, which is not possible. 20% of our entire road is around 2,600 kilometers. In arrest target, they say they want to be 485. They say they will carry to 600. I even gave it to them to 700. You put 700 to 1,275 will be 1,975. It can never be. Even if they pave 1,000 kilometers, which is a rim of impossibility, it will still not be 20%. That the same man telling the president that Medina to Robertsport Highway, that free play, let's give it to the people.
But the lawmakers saw it.
Well,
and they passed on this.
It is what it is. So I'm just telling the Liberian people what Minister Roland Guinness didn't tell them. And the president is going to do groundbreaking. So I was sending the message that, Mr. President, your people, your economy. In fact, the logic in this, I don't understand. I don't understand the logic in this. So you start a road, You gave additional road that already on a concession to the people. Bam! You got 255 kilometers to complete. You say no. By the time you do 10, my man, you put your toll booth there. Let's call it. I will be quick because we will not be here for long. My man, why you do? Just do one layer of the road from here, both water side. My man, 15 years from now, you can still come by and do it. I want to join you and Benin. They will the one who decide how that road Benin will be. What you?
No, but the current layer that I think it was done. They said Topman time has been solid enough. Even though it is breaking down. I think it is more than one.
Julius, I'm not an engineer. I'm reading technical paper from the engineer. The engineer says the company will keep $23 million for, or even though I don't agree as per that calculation, that money will be 90-some more million. But as per their own calculation, they say $23 million will be kept for 15 years. Then the company will come by to do another layer of the road. That not mean road it. I don't know about the concession, but I don't know how they carry it. In fact, one of the dangerous things in the concession.
Tell me.
Look, somebody said they will bring $280 million. No mechanism. There should be that one a recommendation now. They got to pay me for that one.
No, you can do it for the.
There should be a fund holder, somebody to hold the money. Say you got $200 million, I got my own. We'll give it to neutral man to hold that money.
Like maybe a bank also.
Yeah, that fund holder will only pay you based on your request and other things. Maybe 5-6%. Maybe the same way they gave Brandon Samuka the other one. Mr. President will give me the fund holder job. Let me hold Let me hold the phone. Nobody holding the phone. The people using the money as per their accounting practices, they finish using the money, then we go audit them. Jesus Christ. You can't do that. A true letter will bring $280 million. There should be somebody holding everybody's money. And you can, when those guys are playing the game, they call it the gamble, they can have somebody holding the money. How they can call that person the kid? I know the kid, eh? I know how I can call it. When two person betting, then they go to that man and say, my man, hold it in here.
I'm not really into betting. So
my man, you can see people doing it.
Yeah, but I don't go around
there. Yeah, they got some kind of money they can call. Somebody will be holding that money. When that betting finish, you get a man his money. In this case, I don't trust this company. The fact that they are even asking us for an interest-bearing bond of $100 million, I don't trust them that they got $280 million. The fact that they are starting tolling 2027, I don't trust them that they got $280 million. If they have $280 million, let the tolling start 2031. They invest the money, we get the money to somebody to hold it as they procure, they pay the money to them. When they finish, we know the actual money they have spent, then we pay them the interest on that money. They can't eat show on. Are you telling me these guys are smarter than us? They're eating show on us?
Let's end up with the yellow machines thing that you were talking. You say, where did you get that information from?
Julius, you know, I stay away from the yellow machine thing. I have not spoken about it for a few reasons. One, sentimentally, everybody think, oh yeah, our road can be fair. So you allow that sentiment to sink to the people. The reality sets in. Two, because I know that the yellow machine is a self-destruct instrument for the Unity Party, I was even praying for them to bring about 385 or 400 yellow machines. So I didn't want to give any technical analysis that will help them. Now that the machines are here, I will talk about them in October. I'm only speaking on what J. Brandon Samukai says, and then make some predictions. The first day the machine came, he said he will employ around 1,000 persons. I have calculated that they will need around 1,500. He said 1,000 persons. He will pay them on the average 400. Some will make 1,000. And so, Julia, get do your math. In the easiest way, 400 persons. Today, he said he's going to pay them, he need 1,300. So let's say 400 average times 1,300 is $520,000 per month times
12 months.
12 months. So you need $6.2 million get for salary. Because you know why? Whether the yellow machine working or not, when you employ me a heavy duty driver, you go park your machine, you pay my money per month, right? So just for the salary alone, Brandon Samukai, the salary all up way not there, you need $6.2 million as per Brandon Samukai's own discretion of the kind of salary he needs.
At least 6.2.
6.2. That one I get salary. Before you start talking about, according to him, They are now assessing the roads that are supposed to be done. On those roads, you're not going to put there that you need to put culverts, you need to do relining, this and that. So material costs. Just to move the equipment from Freeport to the place they pack it, each of those machines needed not less than 1 drum of fuel inside. That day the government spent more than $20,000. Now, I predicted that the machine will not be deployed much, and it can never be deployed much because to train 1,300 persons, look, and if my colleague Musa Cornell listening to me, I want to share a joke Musa shared with me. And Musa said this to me. Musa told me, he said, no, Ben, you know what? Vehicle they moving over the real one. Only 2 languages they can speak. Japanese and Mandingo. If you don't have the right people in essence to operate those machines, they will not understand them. It has to be the Mandingo people who can understand that. In the context means that people who understand it. So 1,300 people, you train them, some of them, maybe 6 months. The only person that can even take quite 3 months on yellow machine training is somebody who knows how to drive. If you got people who don't know about that, you need 6 months. So they're going to train those people, set up the program, it will be late. Rainy season comes. So he says by the dry season, they will start.
The next dry season, not this one.
The Ottawa dry season, they will start. And let me tell you this. This is my prediction. Those machines will not be in the county 100% until the end of this year.
Why do you think so?
Because look at our roads. You know, some of those machines are so frisky. You know those machines? They can work, but you got to tow them before they go to work. Julia, you understand my point? Mm-hmm. The yellow machine can work, but you tow them and carry them to work, they will not work. So all those machines to transport them, at most 60% of them, you got to tow them and carry them. The roads you want to tow them on, some of the roads are not pliable. They will get pliable. The road will still be soft. They will get pliable. Maybe December or October, the road will start getting dry. And you know, rainy season coming, right? Mm-hmm. So by October, the road will still be some kind of a way. You can't put those heavy equipment on our road. So maybe by November, December, they start deploying them. All will not be in the county. And let me tell you what will happen. The president, His Excellency Joseph Yuan Baka, may not visit the counties this year. Because his trump card was to go to the county and tell the people, oh, yeah, me here. He said it in the Sudan, right? Yeah, the yellow machine. And let me tell you what will happen after that. What will happen with that? They will take 2 or 3 yellow machines in 2 counties, then they carry the president in 1 county and say, yeah, the president finished launching it all over. Mark that word. If the president will have to go to all the counties, it will be till next year, April. Those machines will start getting on roads in the county around January, February next year. Look, this is not magic and not medicine. This is development. This is programming. This is planning. The fact that you push, you didn't even plan, I don't want to talk about the other different things. But just from his statement, the other things you need to know, he says they got 285 yellow machines. You see the contradiction? The vice president said 19 pieces. Even you in studio here, you know that each county will get 19 pieces. Markman lives and write it down. Each county will get 15 pieces.
Is that what Brownie said?
Julia is a common sense mathematics. They say 4 counties will receive 2 sets, right? If 4 counties receive 2 sets of 19, you have 361 yellow machines, which is not possible. The only way 4 counties can receive 2 sets, it means each county receiving 15. So it means the 4 counties will receive 30. Julia, do that simple math for me. Because when I'm doing it online, the people can be costing me. Instead of them coming to learn, they can be costing me. So Julia, let's do that. 19 yellow machines. 19 times.
Wait, because I know when we went with the vice president, it was 19 times 15 counties.
Yes.
That's why I made it 285.
Well, you now have 15 counties will be 15 sets, right? You now have 4 counties taking 2 sets each. So add another 4 to that. So it'll be 19 times 19.
Okay.
19 times 19 are
361.
When I said 19 times 19, some people say you got 19 counties. No, you got 4 counties that you get in 2 sets. So consider them as 2 different counties. You have divided them into 2. It's not possible. I guess I ain't got to talk to Brandon. I ain't got to talk to anybody.
But maybe they are going to add it up.
Oh, then they need to tell us that we buy new one, but the other contract finished. 285, the money finished. ask Echo Bank that 205 machine Echo Bank paying for. So that one finished. They got to start new one. Go back to that same calculation. They have reduced the 19 to 15 times 19. These people, their biggest strength is to deceive
15
our
times
people.
19 is 285.
Simple. Each of the other counties will get 30. Then the other county will get 15. Otherwise, Banu Samoka had to go to China overnight and bring another 76. That one that Ninja now will have me.
Now, this is the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. Let's take some calls. We didn't go in the financial area, the CSA report. I'll bring you on another day.
CSA report. Look, that showmanship report. Leave
it. Let's leave that one. We're finished with the two discussions we wanted to. 777-700-995, 555-995, the numbers to call. And you will be through to the OK conversation on OKFM 99.5. Let's take your calls. Let's take Charles. Yes, Charles, you said we'll be OO by 2050? Yeah. Got a message you sent?
I was just last year when I just added the years I will be prepared. But you know, the most important thing I'm concerned about is the issue that Ben said, because then after it's just a coincidence, perfect coincidence. I spoke to the senator of Ben came back on the cement here on that road issue, and he just confirmed exactly what cement here told me. That the FNF is doing the road now from Ramasport. They are doing 15 kilometer road. And then the guys who are now with awarded the contract from the Simport Bridge, they will end the extra kilometer. So what they're saying
was it the initial contract that they were not going to reach?
Initial contract from the Just Administration. I don't know at what time they had this, adjustment. I don't know when they added this, but it was not the initial contract. Even the Just Administration, because our own road project with the issue started from the Medina Junction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it happened the way it happened. Stretch is starting now for Ramasport. So the information that Ben provided, I don't know, I've never seen it before, that two computers doing the Ramasport road is accurate. Because I just sat with the senator. And so 2 o'clock I had a meeting with the senator for more than 2 hours. And the senator just telling me things about big mountains, things that happen in Cape Town. And he talked about the Ramasport road.
So if that's the case, then the road may not, the Ramasport road may not finish just now, because if that company has to do a first layer of 15, then they will move from there, and these other people will start from here, finish the road before they go to Medina.
Okay, so this is what the senator says, right? The senator said the guy who's taking the road for the Simport Bridge. So I don't know how many years they would take to reach the Ramasport Medina Junction. But they will end the road. They will end the 15, the balance road. Because I won't wait for the figure.
Okay. So this is why I am saying that it could. It won't end just now if that's the case. But thanks. So can it, let me. Yeah, maybe. Okay, let me talk to Mo Ali. He may have some idea on that. He's also from Grand Cape Mount. Mo, welcome.
Thank you, Julius. There are a few things I just like to state. I listened to all of the shenanigans. Firstly, the road in Cape Mount, the Bamagida Highway, was constructed in 1986, 1987, and was dedicated by President Doe and President Bamagida from Nigeria. In fact, that's why they named it the Bamagida Highway. Our understanding was funding. Nigeria helped with funding, and it's one of the best roads that were ever constructed in this country.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no need for you to run the entire road still intact, except for a few potholes. Number two, I like the fact that my friend has admitted that the yellow machine will provide jobs for at least 1,000 persons and 1,000 people will be trained. Now, the initial thought was to give, is 285, to give each county 19 yellow machines. However, based on operational expediency, we reduce it to 15 for each county, especially smaller counties. In the bigger counties, like Bong, like Assau, Lofa, and Nimba, you increase there by 15 each, so that they get 30 each, and the other counties get 15.
So that means it won't be the initial plan of 1919, but rather 15 now.
Exactly, because
so that means it is a confirmation of what Ben said.
So the confirmation here is there are 285 machines coming. They did not reduce, but like I said, there are smaller counties, like for example, 19 machines in Riverside, in Cape Mount. Those are smaller counties, and you have bigger counties, Bong, Lofa. So based on operational efficiency. And this has nothing to do with if Ben has said, the yellow machine, the quantity is reducing, and that's a whole different thing. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. And again, 1,000 plus Liberians will be trained, 1,000 plus Liberians will get jobs. That is an excellent thing. And Ben knows.
Are you not concerned about the financing for paying them? It sounds huge.
No. So, these are things that everyone calculated from the very beginning. Julius, when they were in all the hula value with the storage fees, that was 35 cents. They reduced it to, I think, 5 cents or so. The reallocation that the legislature proposed was at 9 cents from 35 cents. 9 cents, you read it right on your show once.
9
cents for that 35 cents will go towards the operation, servicing, and everything of Yellow Machine. Now, you just need to do your investigation and see how many gallons of petroleum products is inputted in this country annually, or how many gallons will be inputted, for example, in 2026. You got jet fuel, you get HFO, you get AGO, and you get EMS. So those are 4 or 5 different categories, and each will bring huge quantities. So is part of it. Besides that, you have road funds as well. So this is not something that you should worry about. The calculations, the preparations, we're not funny people, Julius.
Okay.
All these calculations were considered before bringing in the machines.
Okay.
That 9 cents alone is enough to run those yellow machines. So, my brother, I know you're looking for something to criticize, but they want you giving you hard and small.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Give me hard and small. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Julius. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
My name's Richard Blamu Asamu, West Point, and I'm a man here.
Yeah.
Julius,
AB, you got to come in here to help the guests.
Appreciate your guest for his splendid, information that you provided, or you continue to provide to our country that has to do with our entire economic system that engulfs this country. Julius, Koruba and others, these are the people that we need. Julius, there's a post in political science that is called comparative government and politics. So what he's doing is completely comparing the two administrations as to developmental initiatives and what are the processes that you need to pass through. You need to initiate proper and genuine developmental agenda. Thank you. God bless you. And
okay.
God save our nation.
Thanks so kindly as well. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hey, Julius, thank you. My name is Van Ross. So I listened to Benedict, sometimes I can't get it so interesting. He can just pick numbers and start to throw numbers around.
How you mean he's throwing numbers around when the numbers are in the document?
The numbers are in it. Numbers in the document, it require analysis and it require clarity. So if you don't understand, you ask for clarity. I think for example, the number on the Kidman rule was already provided that the people are doing 12.5, and the government will do, the power people will do 30. I also listened to him. He said to move the yellow machine out of the Freeport, we use 1 million barrel.
No. He said the government may have spent at least 20,000.
That's not true. It's not possible. You don't spend a barrel on the machine did not drive itself. So they put on the flatbed.
And you pay more money for the flatbed that free for flatbed to carry machine.
No, first he's talking about the fuel alone.
My man, the man say you spend 20,000 to transport. What are that fuel? What are that flatbed? I guess it is even more than 20,000 because you can't tell me for one flatbed to transport one machine from that port to Canware. That's not small money.
So that's why I say he's just playing with water.
How much you work at the port? So can you give us an idea to debunk what he said? What is the relative average figure for a flatbed to transport a machine from the port to the point of?
A relative average figure for a flatbed to transport a machine from the port in Monrovia would be around 450, 400 to 450.
So times how many machines came apart from the trucks that transported themselves and the pickups?
So apart from the trucks that transported the pickup, out of the 137 pieces, approximately we should be around like 45 something because some still on their way coming.
Yeah, so when you do 45 times 450 plus a few you put in the trucks and the pickup, I mean that thing more than 20,000, man. See you, my man. Van, that thing. Let me tell other people about that.
There are flatbed that also came. So the machine was put on.
Yeah, but still a few. You put few inside. Don't think they can take plenty few. You spend more than 20,000, man. But the thing, you're breaking your neck.
Let me make a clarity now.
Okay, but why is it okay? How much you spend?
No, I can't tell you the figure off here because it's under the authority of the machine. But to that already true figure and say the people spend 20,000 right there, no, it's a lie.
But for me, I can guess that it is more than that.
Yeah, that could be your guess and that could be your opinion, but you know, sometimes even when you bring cars, like get it, even when you bring cars from hostage from in the people, sometimes the cars are already still where you left. You should also know
okay,
that.
thanks so kindly. Thanks. Yeah, boss, Van, thank you. Let's take other board. Let's go overseas. This one looks like it's from India. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, Julius.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Julius. Thanks for the conversation with Benny. Thank you. The media outlet in Liberia. My name is Nelvin Reese. I'm calling from Asia Pacific, India.
Okay, let's hear your.
Yeah, Julius. Actually, Mr. Benny, you keep doing well, putting the government on checks, and then we have to understand that you have to speak truth to power, and then. The truth, the power is that the analysis and keep bringing out on the government, and that we have to understand he's not looking for a job. He's speaking on what the government is involved in, and that we need to understand and then
okay.
The development of our country.
Thanks so kindly. Let's go international. Let's remain international. Who's here? Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you, Judah. This is William Bro calling from France.
Go ahead, William.
Thank you. And I want to say thanks to Senior Brother Benedict there. He really spoke well. And that is an eyes opener because he actually speak in line with his data. And I listen to great man Mo Ali who said the man found it difficult. But I think Mo Ali was finding it difficult to defend his side. And I think people shouldn't defend concerning the issue of whether the people spend 20,000 to transport things. 20,000 in that morning, a very small money to transport 137 machines. I said you not play with money before. You think to transport things on low bid, a small thing it costs. That one a normal thing. It's not an issue of corruption. Maybe somebody may be thinking about to come and defend. It's normal thing to transport things on a low bid. They will not charge you normal money to say you want to transport it for 400. It will be around 600-700. Even when at 400 times it times 40 something. You just talk about you already finished hitting close to the 20,000 plus the few You will put in the other vehicles. So in Liberia, we have to be sincere.
Okay.
We're talking to the public. We shouldn't be defending because we want to defend, because it's our government, it's because we want to protect our job.
Thanks so kindly. We hold you right there. One very high level person in government says far more than 20K. Okay. Sorry, folks. That's how we end it. We'll have to go back to him the next 2 minutes to wrap up because the news is coming up. I will bring him. Yeah, maybe Wednesday or so. We got to talk the other things.
So Julius, let me get a bit quick. Let me tell you something. The reason I'm not talking about the yellow machine because you will learn a lot from me. So I got speaking things. I got thrown no more about 20,000. I don't have your voucher. But first thing, the police cars that escorted them, you didn't put fuel in it? Huh? The speaker and all the lawmakers that drove to go there, they didn't put fuel in their car. The government spent, I can tell you, if you put all those that, I'm just trying to tell you from the day the yellow machine entered the port, it started becoming a burden for the government. Right now, there are people putting water on it, the mud that go on it, they play the packet, they're cleaning it. There are some people, they're not touching it, they get standing, they call them security, they want to protect it. There are some people in the morning, they get out, they go warm the engine. You paying those people. Let me tell you what will happen. Those machines are going to be under the ring for the next 6 months. I hear Brownie Samoka saying, how somebody you go buy equipment from them, you come, you don't keep it properly. You say the man said they'll be servicing it until you deliver them. How possible is that? How the people taking us to be? Look, let me tell the Liberian people, those of you who believe, who believe in the Unity Party and you've been standing for them, I just want to let you know they are playing on your intelligence. Because of your love for this party that was established by somebody you know, they keep exploiting on your mind to say, this is good, this is good. It is not. I will tell you about the yellow machine get predation, but October, I can't discuss the yellow machine properly. But what I can tell you, from now to the end of the year, all the yellow machine will not be distributed. The president county tour will not happen in March. It may happen maybe around November and next year, February, because he is not going to have the equipment in the counties. The pivotal concession, it is not a concession. It is a financial constraint of the Liberian people. It doesn't meet any economic viability. The United Party economists, they are in 21st century, but using 18th century logic to carry on. So we are going behind. This country is going behind under the United Party with the kind of logic they're projecting.
His name is Benedict Koluba. My name is Julius J. Tomorrow will be another day, nowhere else but right here on the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We're out.